The only media that have been consistent speaking against bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Niger what yo? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Niger war, no more bad government. Niger watch media, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, the number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger war, no more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what you? Voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Niger watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and he recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. Niger what you
You have had some experience about running business in this country. And there are those who will say, running business in this country, you must have a heart of stone. You must be very stubborn at heart to run business in this country because the environment is always very difficult. But if you look at it, the present economic situation in the country, what is your assessment of the economic situation under this present government, Dr. Maduka?
Well, just like Dr. Stephen have said, my assessment is very simple, that first of all, if you're an entrepreneur or someone who is in Nigeria, you have to believe in this country, regardless of who is the president of this country. Because, Shem, listen to me very careful. Anything you will never bless you. Different people said, some young children go to school. When we read our national anthem, they say it in reverse. I regret to be in Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria to sell gogoro and akala. So they say that when they are reciting things, you think they are reciting Nigeria national anthem, but they have made contrary words. I went to United States the first time at the age of 20. And everybody tried the best they can to talk me back to stay back in America. And I refused. Now, people have started running out from Nigeria 40-something years ago, 45 years ago. People have said this country is useless. I don't even know what they will be saying now, that there's no hope. You hear young people talk about this country. If your heart is like that, this country will never provide anything for you. You can as well leave, because you are a first believer of yourself. Nobody will believe you without you believing in yourself. So I believe this country could be better. I believe the economy of this country can be better managed. I believe there is a whole room for improvement, but I'm not one of those who say this country is completely useless. I do not believe, I never subscribe to anything like that, because it's a state of despair. You've lost hope, and nothing can happen to you, whether spiritual or natural. We need faith to live. When a man or a woman lost hope, he will submit to suicide. Hope is still something that keeps you believing tomorrow will be better, and making effort, waking up with expectation. When you get to a point that this place is useless, there's nothing good that will come out of it, then you can as well leave, because there's nothing that it will happen. I believe with no ambiguity that we are on the right direction. People, I'm in Nigeria, people have asked me, will this country, will P2B have done anything different if he won the election? I said no. He would have removed subsidy. From day one also. Naira need to find his value. But you know, it's hard for me to say this because you're a rich man. What are you talking? But what I'm saying is that the government should be more disciplined to use the money they have removed in the subsidy to put it in infrastructure, so that people that you have taken from them, those who are flying private jet from subsidy money, their business is spoiled. But if you collect that money from them and squander it yourself and put it in a venture that is favorite in itself, you have from the same tomb to another tomb. You are still in the same graveyard. You haven't go anywhere. But you can harness this money now and put them in infrastructure where Nigerian citizens will get the benefit of it. The borrowing of a country is not a problem. What is a problem is, are you borrowing for capital development? Are you borrowing for infrastructural development? Because it will pay back for itself. But if you are borrowing to take a second wife, if you are borrowing to share money for poverty alleviation, you are deepening the hole that after we got inside, nobody can bring us out. So there is some level of discipline that is required to curtail excesses from the government. Are we in the right direction? Yes. Will Naira improve more? Yes. Don't be surprised that after 1 year, before next election, Naira will return back to 1,000 or 990. And we will cry for this administration and say they have done fantastic. So there are, the economy is growing now gradually, but there are more things that need to be done to attract the investment that can give us the quantum leap that we require. That confidence needs to be put on the investors, because investment capital does not have face. He didn't like Nigeria and hate Ghana. He did not love Sierra Leone and hate Zimbabwe. Anywhere you dress yourself proper, you will attract that capital. I invested into Ghana 30 years ago, before any Nigerian business go there. The president of Nigeria Ghana didn't come here to beg me to bring investment. I saw opportunity. Capitalists, their capital go where it is received, where there is opportunity. A return on investment is where the money go. So we can dress ourselves up to attract investment into this country, but refine and have our judicial system clean, where people will know, or create a business court where a matter can be dispensed under 6 months. There are so many reforms that we need in this country. We are talking about real estate. Why banks don't want to put money in real estate? I have an estate in Abuja that I wanted to make use of. I gave notice to the tenant in January last year that they should vacate. There is a guy who his tenancy expired in September, but he worked for government. He's one of the government agents. He had no parent. He refused to leave till today and tell people that they should not leave. Now, if you go to court, you will get injunction. So these are things in America. If you don't pay your house rent, you are not waiting for any court injunction. The judgment is already made. The tariff will come tomorrow and carry everything you have on the street. Yeah. But here, people take house owner on hostage. The judiciary system needs to be refined to make business to thrive. When you know what you are doing, you know the consequences, you will play by the rule. So the government must be willing to enforce law. That is part of reform that can help investment to thrive.
So much for joining us. And it's been the week of generals. We'll begin with the compelling memoir of former military head of state, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, popularly known as IBB, titled Journey in Service. Now, 3 decades after the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, Babangida in the book finally tells his own side of the story. While he admits that the candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Chief M.K. Abiola, won the election and regrets the series of events that truncated the nation's democratic process, Babangida says he was away in Katsina when the annulment of the election was announced by Ndukai Rabo, then press secretary, to his second-in-command, Admiral Augustus Aikomu, without his knowledge or permission. Now, the old soldier has received both knocks and commendations from friends and foes for his attempts at documenting history amid several revelations in the much-awaited memoir that's now been made known. Well, that's got a lot of Nigerians debating the June 12 debacle and Babangida's stewardship. Well, to help us take a closer look at Babangida's memoir, we have joining us in the studio a Nigerian human rights lawyer and former president of the National Association of Nigerian Students, announced during the military era, Dr. Abdul Mahmood. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Samba.
Yes.
The Nigerians.
And also joining us is a media consultant and public affairs commentator, Dr. Ibrahim Modibo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Nigerians. Thank you, Sobna, for the invitation.
All right, so, let's start from you, Dr. Mahmood. You were one of the key actors during that period. Right. A very difficult time for lots of activists, student union leaders, and other Nigerians who just wanted the democratic process to be put in place by the military junta. But unfortunately, we kept having banning and unbanning of politicians. And then, of course, the system was, 3 times flipped by General Ibrahim Babangida, who is now saying that, look, he's pleading for understanding by Nigerians that they had to take certain actions to preserve Nigeria's nationhood. Do you believe all he has said?
Well, I think, let me, for once, declare my interest that you have alluded to. I was a victim of President Ibrahim Babangida as president of National Association of Nigerian Students. I had the E14 of spending 4 months under Decree 2, State Security and Detention of Persons Decree. When I returned back 32 years after to claim that he was not responsible for the annulment of one of the most freest, fairest, transparent elections in the annals of our history. He has not done justice to our memory, to his personal memory, and of course, justice to Nigerians who died in the aftermath of that annulment. Don't forget that on July 18th, 1993, under the auspices of the Campaign for Democracy, Nigerians mobilized into the street to resist, the annulment. And Lagos became like a killing field. People were killed on the streets of Lagos by armed soldiers and, and policemen. People died. Right. People died. For a man to now claim that he was not responsible for the annulment, for God's sake, he was the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Nigeria. is the bulk of responsibility stops at his table. For him to claim that somebody who is dead, who is now dead, who cannot defend himself.
That's General Sani Abacha.
General Sani Abacha is responsible. It's an attempt by him, you know, to erase our history. But I always tell people, because we are constantly, you know, in that fight against power, part of the fight against hegemony is to ensure that we preserve our memory. Let nobody distort it. Let nobody erase it.
All right, and I come to you, Dr. Modibo. Well, we saw General IBB's book launch being a gathering of politicians, old-time foes, all coming together to be united, and he's been called a man of the people. And then, of course, that's why young Nigerians keep asking, how could a military dictator be called a military president? I mean, it's an abnormal. Others are called military heads of state, and he is called a military president. Well, he seemed to have been a politician in khaki. And people are saying that actually this book reveals a lot about not just the military, but the Nigerian political class. What's been your view of the entire IBB book launch?
Well, thank you very much, Somna, for this invite to this wonderful panel. And I'm so happy to associate myself with the thinking and philosophical thoughts of Mr. Abdul, or Dr. Abdul, who was an active participant or a victim of that saga. But before then, you know, in trying to review issues of this magnitude, let us look at it from the prism of the intellectual output. This is a book, A Journey in Service. It's a memoir of an outstanding leader who calls himself Maradona, who said he's a villain president, but a military dictator, finally.
And Mohamed Buhari had recognized him as a former president, and June 12th celebrated as Democracy Day. What is important to me and for posterity is the fact that we must put the figures straight, we must put issues in proper perspective, and I do not understand, like your question did clearly note, after 32 years, why that messy memoir? I do not understand why the attempt to rewrite history. We're aware that General IBB was, as it were, he rose to the highest rank of his career. And as a general, you should commit yourself first to the defense of nation. And if in that memoir and what he read out on Thursday, the February 20th, he admitted that he was scared for his life, he didn't want to die for truth, for right, and for justice, then there's a big question. And I've heard a few people say that that book will serve for education, serve for information, and will serve to help position our country historically on the right track. And I'd say with the greatest sense of sincerity that that book will do no justice to our nation and our story. And I say this for three reasons. If General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida had called that meeting to atone for June 12th, to create an endowment for the victims of June 12th, to create an endowing fund for those who lost lives and limbs on account of his action and inaction due to June 12th. If he had come out to truly apologize and say, oh, so and so amount of monies are being positioned for those who lost lives and limbs on June 12th, and for my mistake and the way I wrongly handled history, it would have been profoundly right. But to admit as a general that you were lacking in courage and scruples, to admit that you could not put country first, bothers me, Sheita, and bothers everyone who was reaching about it. You see, there's something about generation the generation that was before 1970, you know, the generation before the war. I think they are too quick to overlooking the issues that affect our country. And there's something different about generations 1970 and and I say this advisedly, perhaps because I'm a mystic. I say this with all sense of respect. Those who came immediately after independence have this sense of anything can be forgiven, anything can be allowed. But, you know, maybe because we were conceived through the throes and pains of the war. Maybe because our parents went through harrowing injustices and harrowing circumstances, and we want to interrogate how we lay fundamental praxis and parameters, if you like, for our nation. You don't wake up one day and come to present a book to Nigerians, and who dare say that we did not know that the 1966 15th January coup was not an Igbo coup? We all knew that people machinate, that people use those sentiments to divide us, our fault lines, is unfortunate. But we all knew that Nzogwu, Ifajuna and Co., Ademoyegu and several others were seemingly proactive. They talked about 10%ers and they talked about wanting to right the wrongs. That the coup failed and so many people preyed on our emotions and sentiments and branded it an Igbo coup when waiting for Babangida to tell us it was not an Igbo coup. We knew. People mischievously appropriated it to the Igbo brothers because they wanted to subjugate and marginalize the Igbos. We weren't waiting for IBB's book to know that. What IBB should have done was simply say to Nigerians, I am deeply sorry about what happened on June 12th. Say to the Abiola family, I'm deeply sorry about what happened on June 12th. And let me say, interestingly, this morning, I'm talking with my brother there, my big brother Steve is there. And Steve understands what I'm saying because he knows we have a common friend. And I'm saying this without equivocation. Coincidentally, that day, I had just sent money to the family of Richard Ogunderu for his medications. Richard Ogunderu was a young man who led the plane hijack in 1994, calling for the revalidation of June 12th, for the de-annulment of June 12th. So many of the young people who fought for June 12th are yet to get back to their feet.
All right.
And somebody comes to say, oh, I take responsibility. How do you take responsibility?
All right.
That, coincidentally, may be an act of history. On Thursday, he couldn't keep his medical appointment because perhaps his dad received the money I sent late. And so that medication, he's going to go back to the hospital on the 26th. There's so many families across Nigeria who are victims of June 12th.
All right.
There's the also Abiola, people who ran away from Lagos because of June 12th. You don't wake up to just... And then for those who think that a military president can wake up and endow a presidential library, I think it's wrong for our historicity. A presidential library is about rule of law. It's about those elected by the people to govern them. IBB was never elected by Nigerians to govern them. So he lacks the moral nexus. He lacks the legal parameter to endow or create a library. It is, we must call a spade by its name.
All right, Professor.
I'm passionate about what I'm doing here today.
Professor Nwakobia, because of time, I'd like to just, revisit the questions.
I have tears in my eyes as I talk this morning.
All right. I mean, you and a lot of Nigerians feel the same pain at this moment. And, I know that you have called for an apology. I know that they called him the military president for a reason. He did not apologize, but he did...
Issues properly. Put the beams and the pegs in the proper place. Save and except that is done, we'll be dealing great hardship and injustice to posterity. You cannot have a military president endow a library. That's to say that impunity is right. That's to say that anybody can just wake up tomorrow and sack the parliament and throw away our constitution and after 20 years endow a library. We must put issues in proper perspective.
All right, Chris, thanks.
To our next story, kidnap kingpin Chukwu Dimeme Onwamadike, popularly known as Evans, wants to come to equity if it gives his soul peace. he has applied for a plea bargain with the Lagos State government in his ongoing trial. You know, his lawyer, Emefo Etudo, while addressing the court, admitted that his client was a young man consumed by crime, but is now a repentant person. He is penitent. He revealed that Evans scored A's in all his papers in the NECO examination and is now a 200-level student of the National Open University of Nigeria, NOUN. He has offered to surrender all his ill-gotten property as part of the plea bargain if the court considered his plea on compassionate grounds.
That is, to me, that's arrant nonsense. Why is it arrant nonsense? People may not know it. Evans is one of the biggest kidnappers ever. Tucci and others have, yes, they have a lot of soldiers and all that. But this is a man who was collecting minimum of $1 million per the person that he kidnapped. And he was kidnapping people that were known to him.
Oh, yeah.
They were known to him, businessmen, because he has this logistics company. So he was able to know when your goods have arrived and when you've done things. And then he now has a set of fully armed people who attack these people. In the course of doing this kidnapping, they've killed people. In fact, one of these major transporter who escaped, they killed his orderly, they killed the driver. They've killed so many people. They've injured so many people.
Yeah.
That, so how can you now come and say that you want plea bargain? You are repentant. You want to give up your property. It's just that the will of justice,
which were property which were not yours
in the first place, which was because if you look at it, $1 million is over 1.7 billion.
Okay.
And that is what this guy was collecting from each person that he kidnapped. And for the people that came to trial, more than 8 of them that are traders within that Amuwo angle. So how can you come now and say that you are repentant? What about those people that you have killed? What about the trauma that made a lot of people go through? I think it should be brought to justice. It's not the issue of that you are repentant. That is, repentance is for God. It's for people that want to go to heaven.
It's the ultimate.
Yes, it should be made to pay for his crime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because at a time like this, you look at the accused. You consider what he has done.
But I have no pity for him at all. If he likes, let him bag all the degrees in the world. We are told now that it's in 200 level, he's called Ace in NECO and all that. Even 15-year-olds score better grades in not just NECO, in the school certificate, West African school certificate exam, they go abroad, they excel. So he's trying to curry the favor of Nigerians after taking people's lives. He has cases even outside Lagos. So when they are trying to give the feeling that, oh, this thing is limited to Lagos. He kidnapped people outside of Lagos and he has cases, multiple cases.
Wow.
So he's supposed to actually go to multiple, he's supposed to suffer multiple convictions, and each of those convictions will be life imprisonment, if not death, minimum. So this is not the time to
Okay, to our next story. You know, we'll go to our next story. You know, the statement that in politics there are no permanent friends nor enemies, but permanent interests seems to have played out in Anambra State. A Labour Party chieftain and close ally of Peter Obi, Valentine Ozigbo, has jumped ship for the All Progressive Congress, APC. He said he resigned his membership of the Labour Party in line with his unwavering commitment to the greater vision of the state. The defection appears to have altered the political dynamics of Anambra State. Mayor?
Yeah, it's a very important development because the governorship election of Anambra State is on the horizon and the state is in play. The state is in play because a lot of people felt over the Soludo has not done enough. And there is problem within the Abga family. So it's not as strong as expected. So because of that, the state is in play. People believe that the election, it could be defeated and stop him from getting second term. If you notice, the top businessman, Okoko, was just also saying that he wants to rescue Anambra State and all that. And Osigbo...
Rescue from
the hands of Soludo.
At the hands of Soludo, that's the normal thing. Like you want to rescue the state.
Yeah.
And you know, I think what Osigbo is trying to do is that Osigbo is a strong force within the state, though in Labour Party with Obi. And you know, because of Mbada that died recently, who is a very top person, you know, in a particular senatorial district, he has locked the senatorial district, the Inewi side, he has locked it down. And he has won election on a party that is not as strong as the major parties. And then he now defected to APC. So if not that he died, he probably will have ended up being the candidate, the APC candidate for the governorship election. So I think that what Osigbo is doing is that he saw that opportunity to be able to have a platform that is strong, that has connection with the center, and that could swing the election to him, because I will not be surprised that now that's in APC, he will probably run for the governorship ticket. I will not be surprised. I think that is the attraction.
If the party gives him.
No, he will run. He will run for the governorship. He may not win the primaries. You know, they're going to do primaries.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that it will be primaries, but there's an opportunity there. And I think he wants to exploit that opportunity. You know,
the APC had said, come and pick the ticket, pay 50 million.
Yes. So you go there, 50 million is nothing to people like that. But there are other people within APC that also wants to run for governorship. But it sounds a good chance because he's a known popular politician.
Okay.
But leaving Anambra State, the state where Obi is from, shows that it's not sure that he can get that ticket in the Labour Party, and that if he can bring his own forces to join the forces in APC, maybe he stands a better chance of winning.
PKO, so here we go.
Yeah, this is a big blow to Peter Obi, who was presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election.
Yeah.
In 2021, Valentine Ozigbo contested against Soludo as the candidate of the PDP. I mean, yes. And at that time, he was actually sponsored by Peter Obi.
Okay.
Yes, he was the candidate of PDP. In 2021, he contested and he was defeated. He remained close to Peter Obi. They were in the same party until Peter Obi left the PDP to contest the presidency on the Labour Party ticket. Now, this defection caught many people by surprise because they didn't believe that somebody that close to Peter Obi would go and join the APC of all parties. But just as Mayor said, many people believe that at this time, Soludo could be defeated. Don't forget that Soludo did not support Peter Obi, and he has come out to say Peter Obi, even predicted I will not win the election, that I will come fourth in the election. So there are many of Peter Obi's supporters who are not happy with that.
Yeah.
So even his own place is not guaranteed. Anything can happen. Just that's the way it is in Nigerian politics. So many of those big wigs in Anambra have already moved into the APC, which is a big shock to me, the rate at which they are moving into the APC. And it's from Aguata, the same constituency as the governor.
The governor,
Soludo.
Yeah.
Now, people like, let me talk about some of the big shots that have joined the APC. And I wonder what they are seeing. Sir Nicholas Ukachukwu, Professor Obiora Okonko, Dr. Paul Chukuma, who is a former national auditor of APC, John Bosco Onoku, Chukuma Omeoji, a lot of other political heavyweights, they are currently in APC. So when the national chairman of APC visited Anambra, he promised them a level playing field, that the party will ensure a level playing field for those who want to contest. So I guess a lot of them are encouraged now that by the fact that the party has promised that it will be a level playing field. So we are seeing more and more heavyweights defecting. But this is the biggest of them all in terms of the way the defection has rattled
politics in
Anambra, given how close. In fact, in the lead up to the presidential election, he served as Peter Obi's chief of staff. Yeah. So it was that close to him. So for him to have abandoned him in labor now to join the APC was something that came as a rude shock to many people.
We are joined now by Brother Olani. He's at Surulere in Lagos here. Brother Olani, how do you do? I greet you.
Fine, thank you. Happy Sunday, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, sir. I've been trying your number. I just want to contribute on the conversation as regards the Evans and the Emefiele. I'm of the opinion that I'm begging Lagos State they should not accept his plea bargaining, because Evans has killed a lot of people. What do they want the families of those people to be saying? They should just forget it. Let you take over all his property at the same time, let him face the wrath of the law. Then the same thing with Emefiele. Emefiele himself has committed a crime. He should face the penalty. A lot of people lost their lives during the changing of the currency. Yes, I remember one woman, an old woman came to the bank and he couldn't get money. She said that the only one money on the hand is 100. That's what he used to send down to the bank. He couldn't get money. I mean, she couldn't get money. She's a retiree. So, and she needs to buy drugs. So, what do you expect such people to do? And they should contribute all his property and let him face the road and even face the penalty.
Thank you. We got you first time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't think you should face that penalty. I know that people are hungry. I know that Emefiele didn't do well when he was governor of Central Bank. But we should not throw the baby with the bathwater. I think that penalty will be extreme.
That will be
that will be
overreaction.
That will be overreaction. Yes.
It's not even in our laws.
Yes, it's not even in our laws. Yes.
Please let's
take
it
to China now.
Okay. Let's take the Anambra saga.
Okay.
Home. Let's take
yes.
It home.
Okay. So, like we're discussing, it's because of the opportunities that people could see. Politicians like to go to areas where they could see opportunities.
Their bread is more buttered.
It's just like when Obi left PDP for Labour. Labour was not the strong platform as at the time Obi joined Labour. But he saw an opportunity of being a candidate and he was able to do well. So people are seeing that opportunity because apart from APC being the ruling party, which
at the center,
which converts a lot of advantages one way or the other, you understand? Then there seems to be the Anambra state is in play Anambra State is in place. So
it's like a swing state.
Yeah, it's a swing state now.
Okay.
Professor Bido had a lot of issues, even in Abga. You know, apart from having problem, you know, the anti-Igbo sentiment.
Your Abga is factionalized.
Yeah, Abga is factionalized. You know, even some key members in Abga, like the widow of Mochuku, is now fraternized. She's now a minister.
And besides, out of the 5 southeast states, Imo, Ebonyi are effectively APC.
APC, yes.
So if you have another party join.
Yes, because you see, you know, PDP used to be very powerful in the East.
Yeah.
Southeast used to be like a PDP playground. That was the dominant party for a long time.
Yeah.
But now APC is making inroads, you know, from Imo. They were only in Imo, but now they are in Ebonyi. You understand? There is rumor that even the governor of Abia,
Enugu,
Enugu is almost like an APC governor. So that is where to go. You know, politicians like to go where they know that they can have that comparative advantage.
Yeah.
So I think that is why a lot of these heavyweights are now in APC.
Yeah, BKO?
Well, I think that the election will be very interesting, given the high caliber of politicians who have now defected into the APC. There must be a reason they are all heading in that direction. But Governor Soludo cannot be written up at this time. Incumbency can be a very strong factor in any election.
Oh yeah.
So, but the election promises to be quite interesting.
Okay.
All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I appreciate you all. Thanks for your time with us today. It's another wonderful day. Today is Sunday, 23rd February 2025. Yes, it's good to be back here again. We took time to present a lot for you guys today. But meanwhile, we are done. We need to move on right now. As you all can already see on the screen, that billionaire kidnapper Evan begs for plea bargain. No, in the talk say all the houses where he get, nice cars and everything and all that, blah, blah, blah. When I see the video of Evans, how he take fresh, you know, he can't add weight, he can't use glasses. They say he have graduated from from university inside the prison and everything, you know. So my question be say, this guy they prison all this why? It's just a question though.
Now like Bobrisky.
Exactly, what you say make I talk, you know. So Peter Obi close par, Decamped to APC, you know, that one shocked me. Not be small thing. It shocked me when I hear him today. So okay, maybe now Peter Obi I will go here last, because the way they go, so Labour Party don't have any bones anymore. They don't break all the bones and everything. So let's see how it goes, and then we'll take it from there. Why human rights organizations CDHR demand prosecution of ex-dictator IBB for June 12 election annulment. You know, so that we carry on giving out today, my people. Now God bless you now. Then I'd like to quickly take this article that I have here to tally what I have for you guys here. Yes, here, I just wanted to put that one there. Say, although I don't want to read more on this particular one, but that's the headline coming from Sahara Reporter. You know, the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, CDHR, a human rights organization, has called for the prosecution of former military ruler General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida IBB for his role in the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election. You know, so they say whether rain or sun, in a country that work, Babangida is supposed to be behind bars already by now. But what do we know in our country? What do we see for our country? Now be the people who do wrong, not them. Now they quickly get away with things. For example, this particular one here now, which is this is a wonderful example. You know, you can see a book about Nigeria criminal justice system land the author in jail unlawfully, while a book where a dictator and murderer wrote about crimes against this country gets billions of naira in donations. You can't make this up. You see, yes, Dele Farotimi write book, Nigeria and its criminal justice system. He goes spend how many days for prison, you know? They humiliate and they treat him as a nobody and all that. But the person we all know say is the primary or number one person that destroyed this country. You know, it was donated a lot of billions just to tell him thank you for destroying this country and for your confession. That's why you see that a lot of us were very, very bitter yesterday that Peter Obi repraises on this mountain now. You know, although I later got some calls from very, very prominent person, you know, that you and I know very well and we have so much respect for. I was surprised. I received a call. I said they listened to my anger, my expression and all that. You not get to educate me why Peter Obi did what he did. And I was shocked. You know, I was shocked. But I'll leave it like that. But with the explanation that I got, we are not going anywhere. Yes. Even the person, the prominent individual I'm talking about, was shocked and disappointed at Peter Obi. But he opened a different angle for me why Peter Obi do it too. Because, oh, wow. Then I get to understand that, yes, our principal is really, really desperate to become a president. But if his desperation will land him to become a president and we can get a better Nigeria from him, then desperation is welcome. Yeah, some people are desperate to do what is right sometimes. Some people are desperate to take over their country just to make it better. You know, what happened in, what is this Africa country? What to be the name again? Not be desperation make them take over and all that. What's the name? This
Burkina Faso. Nigeria Republic and Burkina Faso.
Exactly. So not desperation. So if desperation can land Peter Obi to become a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to give us a better Nigeria, then I suppose the desperation, you know. But I'll just leave that side the way it is. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you very much for your time with us. I'd just like us to move on right now. I'm going to start taking calls. Guys, help us to press on the like button and help us to share. I noticed that nobody don't buy me coffee today. If you can't, press on the dollar sign. Encourage our work here. God bless you all. Big heart. Thanks very much for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Hello.
Hello, Evans.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us.
Hello, Ellis. Good evening once more. Thank you.
Okay, I lost you there.
Yeah. All right. So, good evening.
Your line is breaking. Why? Your line is breaking, sir. We are not hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
Your line is breaking. It's on and off. Go ahead. Let's see.
But can you hear me better now? Yeah.
Okay, you're better. Good evening to you once again.
All right. Thank you so much. This is Big Heart calling from Ireland. Once more, thank you for taking my call, Elvis. And my greetings to your panelists. Honestly, very quickly, I listened to your program yesterday regarding B2B attending the book launch for IBB. There's one thing I just want us to think about. Number one, there's a difference between being a politician and an activist. This is very clear. I think everybody knows that. Majority of the time, activists, most of the time, never get to that leadership that they yearn for, majority of the time. But politics is all about being calculative and interest. And in politics, they usually say there's no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. However, you as the politician know that you're calculative and your interest is permanent. So what is permanent is interest. So I want us to always remember that, because when I listened yesterday, you know, I know ordinarily some people may be angry about people going to the place. I don't think it's the right way. To the extent I even heard somebody, I think it was Jonathan, saying that P2B kept repeating that he's not desperate to be the president of Nigeria, but he's desperate to see Nigeria work. And him saying that you're desperate, that's the lie from the pit of, I think that's wrong. Even if it was a lie, you understand? Everybody out there know P2Ps and dissident. He was once a governor, even if it was a smaller version of it. The records are clear. And all the people at the moment in the political space, I'm not saying there are no other people in Nigeria, but all of them that are there now getting proposed, amongst all of them, he seems to be one that is standing out. I don't think we should keep making very quick, assertions and castigating him like that. To be honest with you, I want us to always think about this. Politics is calculative, permanent interest, but there are no permanent enemies and there are no permanent friends. That's all I want to put out there.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'd like to quickly take another call right now. I have a lot of callers my strength with us. Amazing Grace. Talk to us, man. Good evening to you.
Hello, Wash.
Thank you, man. Good evening to you, man. Please talk to us.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Yesterday night I sent you one voice note. I was crying on it, so I have to delete it. Good evening, everybody. Mommy Diaspora, the panelists, everyone. Happy Sunday. You see, Valentine's Igbo. When I saw it yesterday night, that this man joined APC, I cried like a baby. Because this man, this very man, he was with Obi, with, what's his name, the chairman of the Labour Party. This guy that has his YouTube channel, something like that, that guy. All of them were together when we hosted them in UK in 2023. It was like a command is very near to be that they do everything together. So if I look at people, if I go around and I can see people that is going to drop OP like a salsa pan, like fried egg on the floor. It will never think that Valentino, I call him Valentino, that he can do it. Now, I will tell you since yesterday, I've lost heart in Nigeria. I've lost hope in Nigeria. Nigeria, I don't know how Nigeria can. So everybody you see, everybody's looking for how they can be governor, they can be president. They're all desperate to get into politics. If you are going to leave Labour Party, out of all the young party, APC, it's just that Valentine Osigwe is among those who have scattered this country. Like that was, I can't trust anybody anymore. Like this Nigeria matter, I'm telling you, it's a zero in my heart. If this man can do this, then who are we going to trust? Very soon, we are going to hear that Baba Ahmed has joined APC. You people, let us be watching. We are all going to see it with our eye. Because everybody is dropping of it. Everybody is doing this to this man. So who are the people standing with him? If Baba Ahmed, if he's really fighting for Nigeria, where is he? Where are they going to hide? We have not seen him since the election went. So where is he? Has he joined train of people oppressing us? Baba, support this.
All right. Go ahead, man.
Like that.
All right. Thank you.
I don't want to take your time, but I'm for Mr. Ivo.
Okay.
A lot of people, and you want to be released. You cannot be in what?
Okay, the network is breaking.
Thank you, Natawash. God bless you.
Thank you very much, man. God bless you. Thank you so much. All right. August Simon, can you hear me? Good evening to you, sir. Hello, hello. Okay, you are not there. I think the network is having issue here. I will pick your call. I don't know what is happening here. I will say this will not be my problem. Let me try again. Okay, Simon, can you hear me, sir?
Great, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Good evening to you. Go ahead, talk to us.
Everybody watch you. Remember, bless. There was some old submission. That woman at the house of Papa Ahmed. Never you trust the northern people. The way they gang up in 2027, they go shock Nigeria now. Article and last chance with that one so for last chance when you don't get. I mean that 2027. Now, I don't know. I didn't know all the northern have done the back article. Oh, good. The Papa Ahmed mama they flew for. He go there for article back. You know go Decamped go APC. He go back article. The northern people, not many people, not trust them for Nigeria. All is all about article. The other majority, the other equal side majority, they don't say that side they fight for the one break up. So they don't say they vote not today for that side at all. So the northern job will believe on the south side. If you see the news with the whole Ghana for news, you will see all the fire, the article, all of them. Now article back all the northern people. So the ones who tell their people the way they do, you know, we don't talk to them, they'll just they move like cow. So like there are people that want so article and last chance for 2027. But as for Tinubu, for me, for northern to enter power, Tinubu will have better complete 8 years as of there will be no hope. Nobody will talk and say this one, no need now the fight between Atiku and Tinubu now 2027. For me, for northern to come power, Tinubu better just for the power. The man better use it for them because these people they know they use power deeply, other people so. So now, as my special guy, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you. All right. Madam Origin, thanks very much for calling in, man. Good evening to you. Talk to us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening to you once again. Talk to us.
How are you? Good evening, Madam Origin. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Mommy Diaspora, thank you, ma. You're the number one. I respect you, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you for this, your son. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for this Tucana voice. Thank you for this bell ringer. Bell ringer for Obodo. So maybe the world will hear us. Our elders, so I see where I put my peg. Now here I say, I don't come out there. When I started this thing, I said to you people, I woke up one morning and begged all the youths of that country. I said, if you want to survive, do not ever believe your elders. Do not be like your elders. Promise yourself and swear that I will never be like my elders. Because trust them, you have already surrendered your life to be destroyed. There is nothing. You see, I'm going to start from the news post. I don't know what his name, the guy that was talking about, I think what is going on now. Instead of them to focus on IBB and its iniquity, people are now saying, oh, IBB said the 1966 coup was not Igbo coup. That is what everybody wants. What is that saying? That's what I'm saying is that they are setting a narrative that the youths of Nigeria are going to remove their focus on the atrocity and iniquity that have not stopped. As of yesterday, they are still committing atrocity and iniquity. Today, they are committing atrocity and iniquity. They have not stopped. 32 years after, IBB came to tell everyone what everybody knew. So why is it a big deal that IBB said Mr. Abiola won the election? Everybody, even a child in the womb, the ones that are not born, knew that Abiola won election. You see how I have told you us here, so long as we keep running behind them, we will not get what we want. IBB, so what? Everybody cried, people cried, people are still in depression, 32 years old depression, from what we all knew, from what everybody knew. All the mayhem, children that are born into that country after 1960 have not known what reality is. Everybody is like in a deja vu, confused because our elders refuse to get it together. Someone was talking about my dear sister, love of God is my strength. Don't cry, you. You see, the one that will beg you, get your hearts together, because Mr. Peter Greg will be even fit to join APC. So what are you going to do? Hello? And why are we still continuing to trust these people? I keep saying it. See, they will blackmail everyone. Go and check Delefaro to me, check Showore, check Mazin Nandekano. I know the day we were talking about Simon Ekpa, I said, by the day you people will know what happened. Everybody will. Are you going to apologize? How many people are apologizing to Mazin Nandekano for being in dungeon for 4 years? For the last 10 years, that man is suffering because he saw the truth. He knew the truth. He's screaming for the truth. Because what we are is in hot water. What we are in, everybody, I know sometimes I don't agree with Miss what's this, my friend that comes and he'll be nailing on Igbos and like we are the problem of Nigeria. But what I hear her say is that something is wrong in the system. Everybody knows this system is life-threatening. Nobody survives this system if you're not going to kiss the ring. And we are still here talking about IBB, talking about P2B, for a system that the only way, if you must be in the system, why do you think P2B is running around all over the place trying to kiss the ring? Because he can't get it. He will not get the presidency if he does not kiss the ring. And I believe he has started kissing the ring. And in fact, as far as I'm concerned, between Peter Obi and Jagaband, it is the same thing. So long as it is this system we are in, until we get sense and dismantle this quagmire and reset and punish those that.
Madam Origin, even after he finished kissing the ring, do you think they will still give him the presidency?
Who will give him? Unless he is ready. Unless he is ready to buy, because you must be ready to. I don't even know. I don't trust anybody. Sorry.
Why kissing the ring then?
You see, I have told everybody until we dismantle this quagmire and decide and punish, because you see what makes me angry is that we all know what is going on. How on earth is IBB coming, telling you what gave him the boldness to come and tell you all and list people like I knew the day I was in Lagos, the day Delegiwa died. I said, who could do this to this man? What did he do? I still remember that day what he is it the wife or whoever that said he was eating and he had the letter on his lap. Delegiwa had the letter on his lap. And he said, this must be from the presidency. And he was opening it while he was eating. Both the food in his mouth and the joy that he was receiving a letter from the presidency. I think when he died, he saw that he was dead. And so did all Nigeria cry. And we are here talking. People are here hyperventilating, hula ballooing.
All right.
And trying to amend what is evil. that we don't have elders and these people are not ready to save anybody.
Okay.
Except themselves.
Thank you.
Mr. Niger Watch.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, how on fit do this thing? Let every youth of Nigeria wake up and know that, you see, this thing, this boat we are in, nobody comes out alive if something is not done to remedy the evil. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I like people who speak truth to power. Madam Origin just spilled out some wonderful truth. You know, even though you kiss the ring or you not kiss the ring, they're not going to give you the power. So my concern now is that why kiss the ring? And I waited the complaint for since yesterday. Because majority of Nigerians today, I'll pick other cause, just hold on. Majority of Nigerians today are complaining of same thing. Majority, 95% of Nigerians, both home and in diaspora, complaining of same thing. Peter Obi decamped from PDP to Labour Party and he was complaining of same thing, although stylishly. Now, some of us are saying that we don't understand how politics is played. Why some of us are also saying that there's no permanent friend in politics, rather permanent interest. Now, my concern is, in the history of Nigeria, I repeat, in the history of Nigeria, have we ever seen any leader who comes into power to deal with the past leaders or rulers or predecessors who ruled before, apart from the one that stepped on their toes, apart from the one that selectively penalized? Like, for example, Emefiele today was the only one picked from the satanic Buhari's regime to suffer. And this is what these guys have been continuously doing. Now, and I repeat again, in the history of Nigeria, do we have any leader who comes to power and prioritize the persecution and prosecution of his own predecessor? Do we have any? The answer is a no. Not they. Now, let me come to my principal, Peter Obi. If Peter Obi become a president today, do you think Peter Obi will persecute, talk less of prosecuting anybody in the past that have destroyed Nigeria to where it is today? It's a question I'm asking you. Peter Obi himself said it, that he will not waste his time on the past. He will just move on. The video is on everywhere. I can bring it out. And I complained at that time that anyway, let's assume that my principal is just saying that to deceive these satanic people just to get into power. But if that is the realism, that statement is a realism of Peter Obi, then where are we going? In a country where you are listening to me from now, you, yes, all of you, if you are not watching me from Nigeria, in a developed country where you are looking, you are watching me from, do they normally just skip people that have caused them pains in the past just because God said to forgive is divine and to forgive is human versus 8 equals to 10, or the way it is in the Bible? Do they do that? It's only in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria we God forbid things that we can forbid by ourselves. It's only in Nigeria we pray and pray and pray, and we don't show examples on what we pray for. Peter Obi rubbed shoulder with Babangida. Some of you accused me particularly of calling out Peter Obi. We rise When I presented Atiku meeting with Tinubu on this platform, sometime before December last year, almost everybody joined that panel that day to destroy Atiku and Tinubu at the same time. That we know, who knows if Atiku was even deceiving Peter Obi, who know if Atiku, betrayed Peter Obi to work with Tinubu. Just look at them, the evils, the satanic people that cause all our pains today, the satanic this, the satanic that. Just Atiku and Tinubu, they met and maybe in one event, I can't remember. Some of you can remember what I'm saying. We destroyed them. Now, some of you also called in yesterday saying that Peter Obi was not the only one who went to that event. That other satanic people were there. Peter Obi, as far as I'm concerned, is not satanic. For you to call in to say that, oh, Peter Obi was not the only one there, automatically you are categorizing Peter Obi with other satanic individualisms in that satanic all. To the best of my knowledge, till now, Peter Obi is not satanic. How come it's easy for you to justify satanism and categorize Peter Obi with satanism just for your own defensive skill? To justify your satanic statement or your biasness, automatically everybody in the hall can't do okay just because your favorite was part of them. Everybody else was not fine. We have a long way to go, my people. This is what I said to my most respected, one of my most respected people in this system that called me yesterday. I poured out my heart. He said, you don't need to. We wash you. We know who you are. We know the kind of person that you are. He even told me the day he started respecting me. Say, hey, so someone like this can respect someone like me. So that means waiting some of you go talk about me doesn't have anything to do with me. Like my mama, they tell me, say, if you put needle for luggage with the full, or maybe the luggage you put on for a kilo, they say now 32 kilo. You can't put needle on top of it. That 32 kilo not go change. Or if needle was part of the luggage already and it's 32 kilo, if you still remove them, the 32 kilo not go change. So you put it or you remove it, the kilo still remain the same. You can digest that yourself, what it means. Truth. Now they beat everybody for Nigeria. Truth. I've grown up to understand that the only thing one they beat people for now truth, especially when it's not favorable to you, especially when it's not aligning to your satanic ideology. Then you go beat the person who talk the truth. But when it's aligning with you, you go praise the person. It's sad. Peter Obi went to that satanic hall. In case you're not aware, 98% of the people inside that hall are the problem that we are facing today in Nigeria. In fact, they are the one that created the problem that is affecting you and I today. Peter Obi was one of them there. I cried out that I am displeased with it. Una said, no, I don't have right to. This is the same person that I've been fighting for Peter Obi. See, 2022 till date, I never take a break on it. Some of you don't accuse me, say, no, maybe they make money from it. I have called on so many of you to make more the same money. Just do ordinary 6 months. No break. Ordinary 6 months. Or come to my platform and do straight 6 months, 7 days a week, 6 months. I will pay you. None. I don't look social media. I never see a person if you do straight 6 months, no day off. So that means now only me like the money there be. You not like money. When it's not favorable to us, we have a way of bypassing it. And for those of you who see say what Peter Obi do, going to that hall is wrong. Now God will bless you now. Truth will never run away from none of you.
For those of you who know that Peter Obi even coming out, instead of him to stay silent, that's why they not give him a mic, make they talk. Somebody even called him yesterday. He said Peter Obi stay in the back seat. Everybody know Peter Obi now, even in Igbo land. Peter Obi, anywhere he go, Peter Obi like to sit in the back seat. Oh God, they not give Peter Obi mic. Fear not let you talk about that one. You called into the show to justify satanism. Sometimes when you guys are talking, do you even listen to yourself? Or you just think that you are clever than everyone? It's just like me coming to this show. I'll say, okay, I can't deceive the people. You know, I'm clever than anybody that will listen to me. That's why you see that I'm too natural. I want my mistake to be on air. I want my perfection to also be on air. If there's any word like that, perfection. I'm not getting anything to hide. If I make mistake, criticize me on air. If I do good, more talking for this life. We don't do pre-recorded video. We come live every day here. You just call it to a show. Oh, Mike, we call it to this show now. Make I stop this narrative. Make people not use and fly like you are talking to babies. Then the gullible ones will fly with it. And that origin, God bless you. Because you are the reason why I'm talking right now. You just made it clear now that Peter Obi kiss the bucket or you not kiss bucket, they're not going to let him be who he want to be. So my answer to that is that why then eat in the same plate with the satanism? Why? Because I still believe, strongly believe till tomorrow that the only way a better Nigeria can come, now that leader will stand alone with the people, not the satanic elite, both past and present. Now that one, now go still become the Messiah, the right person that we. Okay, Pansat, you were given opportunity on this. Why? Because you don't get sense. Now you have been blocked. You know I block you on the panel, so we can't leave you now. May you demonstrate your idiotism on the comment section. Now you don't get sense. The painful part of everything is a Pansat. God, I want to do fasting and prayer for this man, make it get sense. You see, now I can't block you for comment section, Jonah. I want to do fasting and prayer for you, Pansat, upon everything you don't do for this platform. Whenever we deal with you, you go bring your satanic people come attack us.
Now, don't focus on that. Not focus on that. Focus on what you are doing.
Don't worry. Let me focus on him. He's an idiotic element.
He go derail you now. He go derail you. Don't focus on him.
No. Don't. Let me quickly respond to him. He's an idiotic element. For you to write on the comment section, insult your old age is disgraceful. It's already obvious that you can never have sense forever. And it's not painful because all platforms on social media, on YouTube, have blocked you. Everybody have isolated you. It's a shame. It's a shame. People like you, I've said it before, if it's only one person standing with me here, right? Say you join the panel, I go present my thing. The person go talk. Instead of giving the person 8 minutes, the person go talk for 1 hour. I go say bye. I take questions from my lovely people in the comment section. Maybe 1 or 2 person call in. We are done. I don't have to be here. If you check someone like Pansat, they suffer for America. He's a pauper. He's a fool. He's a lunatic. He's a drug addict. He's an alcoholic fool in America. I'm gonna go find out. It's a disgrace to humanity. We have trained him so many times. We have called him an elderly person. We have called him our father. We have called the man said, no, I'm a fool. Let me be. I'm an idiot. We say, no, you don't supposed to be an idiot. You're supposed to be an elderly. He said, no, I was born to be an idiot forever. Look at your life. Look at your entire life. You are totally useless. Pansat, do video, show us who you be for America. You see that the only day where you show us your body or something, you see one coat where you wear, that coat. My great-grandfather, that coat, if they even wake up from the grave today, he not go wear that coat. You are a pauper. You try to do everything possible to belong to platform. Everybody pursue you because you are mannerless. You are satanic. You don't try me left and right. Otherwise, different ways for you. You don't say, this guy is too much. They're not the best way that if you try. Especially for me, you deaf say I study film and media. Just say media and by mouth. You know how many people why I don't bring to limelight? More than 60 people or 70 people, top Edolites today on the front line. I brought all of them to limelight. As I talk to you, so you know how many people have problem with their pages or their YouTube that I'm restoring. As I talk to you, you know how many people reach out to me? Oh, look what problem I have. Please, Mr. Elvis, Mr. Najawa, Mr. whatever, help me out. You don't even know us. You don't know what we do behind closed door. Now me, now when I want to try, man, can't do all this. Before Abraham, there were men. You are satanic. You were born to be a fool. Now only maybe they try make I turn you to become a better person. As for Peter Obi still remain my principal. I've not changed my mind, depending on where Peter Obi will be decamped to and the reactions of the people. Because obviously Peter Obi will decamp out of Labour Party. Although I don't mind. I know some of you might be disappointed at that. I don't mind. I don't mind because Labour Party is disintegrated already. But immediately Peter Obi announced his defection, I will see the reaction of the people. You know, so now we correct the wrong of our principal. Now me will constantly do the job. Now me will constantly come here, they try to convince people, no, Mona see the reason. If Peter Obi there here, if it be like this, if you're not there, if it be now we still they do them. For some of you who look down on us, think that we don't have a voice, we do. Like I said, I've never supported Peter Obi one day. Peter Obi to give me money. They share money for many people, especially people with their Twitter and some of them on YouTube. Yeah, they share money for the information, the concrete information reach me. I'm not part of that. For me, not that I have it much or have it more than the people they shared for, but I'm not doing my job because of that. I did not support Peter Obi because he's an Igbo man or a Edo man. I just want a better country, and anybody that portray themselves that want to do that or showcase themselves that want to do that, why not? Why not, for Christ's sake? Why not support the person? As far as I'm concerned, as of today, Peter Obi still remains the best, and it's our duty, our right to tell our principal that no, not like that. Somebody left a comment earlier on, I wish Peter Obi will not contest in 2027. Make it let Nigeria carry that problem. And I showcase that comment, and I support that 100%. To be honest. The effort I put on Peter Obi, I'm not sure say any aspirant or a candidate can ever be lucky anymore to get that from someone like Mr. Najawa. It's not possible. If Peter Obi announced today saying no, the contest again, I will leave the platform for all everybody talk their matter. I will lay back. Let's say the truth. It doesn't matter if not me where they talk to us, so now involve. Now the truth they hurt us. Now because they were with they. We are too selective when it comes to the truth. We are too selective. Joe and I know, even though we criticize Peter Obi today or tomorrow, you know, if they appear and say we criticize Peter Obi for just going to a satanic hall, we are not criticizing Peter Obi say he thief money. We are not criticizing Peter Obi say we find out say he do corruption one day. That's a pass mark, a use credit to his name. We criticize other satanic people for criminality. We are not criticizing Peter Obi because he thief money. We are criticizing Peter Obi say that hall, if they can't give the pepper soup for inside that hall, say make they drink. Peter Obi for still drink. He don't go. If he don't go, how would you have justified that? I'd like to take more calls. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Madam Origin pushed me to speak. When I see people who speak truth, I like it. Big Heart, thanks for calling back again, sir. You only have 1 minute this time. 1 minute. Go straight to the point, sir.
All right.
no problems here, Elvis. Just very quickly. Sorry, it just the last caller that made me to call back. I'm really sorry. Listen, I think it was Madam Origin that called last. This question all the time when people talk very passionately and with emotion, saying until we dismantle that place. Tell me, how are you going to dismantle it, if I may ask? How? Or is it magic? Are you going to use magic to dismantle that place? The question about kissing ring or no kissing ring, or whether...
Sir, the question you just asked, I can help Madam Origin to answer you. How did our neighboring African countries dismantle theirs?
Okay, one question I will ask you. Other neighboring countries is not the same thing as Nigeria.
It doesn't matter, sir. How do other countries get their freedom, sir?
No. What I'm saying is the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria is so diverse. This is within you're saying that is similar to what people are comparing yesterday, South Africa and Mandela with Nigeria.
Sir, dismantling is dismantling. There's nothing like other country or no country. Dismantle it. That is what she said, and I support her 100%. If you don't know how to dismantle it, yes, the people know. Nigerians are docile. Don't push me there. If you don't know, sir, go and do research about it. I cannot tell you.
All right.
Nigerians are docile cowards. That's what we are. We all are cowards.
I agree with you on that. Nigerians love their life so much, but it's not forthcoming, Elvis. That's the problem.
Yes, but we have to continue to speak it because we don't know when it will happen. So Madam Origin is right 100% on that. Other countries are doing it. They got freedom. They have a better country today already. Now only us, they pray. One day, now only God will help Nigeria. That's why we are where we are today. That's why you are calling for Dublin, sir. If Nigeria was better, you know we did Dublin. If Nigeria was better, me know we did UK.
No, you're very correct. And look, Elvis, I'm not arguing with you. Honestly, I think we are saying the same thing.
But you were trying to tackle Madam Origin that how are we going to dismantle? It's easy. Now we choose to be docile.
And that's the point. That's where we differ a little bit. It's not that easy. That's what I'm saying. Otherwise, why do we keep talking and not acting? And the reason why I said it's difficult to act is because of how complex our country is. Other countries you are quoting, maybe one or two nationalities, or maybe one religion only in that country, uniting all of them. How many ethnic nationalities do we have in Nigeria? So many. Nigeria is so complex. Okay, something like maybe say something like Algeria or what they do, the Arab Spring. Those countries were predominantly Muslims, for crying out loud. They do things in unison. I don't think in Nigeria such a thing will work. That's the point I'm making. And Peter Obi mentioned this thing. Somehow, when he started, it's a complex place. It's very complex.
All right, thank you.
So when we are talking, let's listen to ourselves. I honestly, we are saying something, but maybe a little different in the way we are trying to explain it.
Mr. Hart, thank you very much, sir. It's a normal thing to agree or disagree with each other. Thank you, sir. We are learning here. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
What, Mr.
Hart? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. I just want to add also to that, people like him, people that talk like him, and people that think like him, that are the people that are tying those that wants to do something down by saying how they're going to do it. Don't ask the how. If you don't know how, leave the people that are going to do it to do it. That's the simple thing. You don't need to come out and be saying how are we going to do it? How will the other people do it? How did they do it? Please, that's the problem we have. People like them. There are many of them that are thinking like this. That's the problem. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I have another person on the phone right now. Mr. Simon, you are calling back again. You only have 30 seconds. I know you might think I'm biased on this because I gave Mr. Hart 1 minute. For those of you that have called already, now 30 seconds is enough for you to quickly say what you want to say. Please go ahead, Mr. Simon. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna agree with you. I think I total calling more call today.
No, now 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Go ahead, sir. 30 seconds.
I say, I give obedient people hope. They see Peter Obi to merge with Kwakwa so in 2027. Kwakwa become the vice.
Where did you get it from?
Okay, na calculation. Managing and go calculation.
Hold on. No, hold on now, please. Where did you get that information from?
No, I don't get that from anywhere, but from our solution. Now you talk, so now they see.
Then you have to declare it or say
Okay,
it as an observation.
allegedly.
And you cannot just say you want to give Nigeria hope. No, your observation is not a
Okay,
hope.
okay. This allegedly, so they don't use any now. So I don't want to use any and make a maintainer.
So Peter Obi did not tell anybody that is Decamped or is merging with
no, with no,
he's merging with Quacker. So please don't pass fake information. Yes, sir. Thank you.
No, while allegedly you go Decamp.
Thank you.
Go back to Quacker.
All right, thank you.
Become the president.
All right, thank you. So you can't just call into a show that you want to give Nigerians hope. Then you not said is your observation. I don't understand that. Please, this platform is only for facts only. Thank you very much, people. I appreciate you. A lot of people called in, but I would like to move on with my panelists now. You know, I have a couple of them already on the screen. And for those of you that called in, why not pick your call, especially when I was talking, please understand with us. Mr. Adewale Babayale, let me return your call. You called 7 times. I'd like you to speak to us quickly. I'm returning your call if you are there. If you are not one of the people that watch us like 78 minutes in advance or in arrears. Okay, you are not there. I'll pick another person's call quickly. Thank you. You are not there. I have another person calling in. Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Henry. Please talk to us quickly. I lost you there. What did they happen now? All these calls are delaying me. I pick your call. You hang up. Wait till I've been at my fault. Mr. Henry, are you there?
Mr. Wash, thank you for calling back.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good evening, everybody. My take on this Peter Obi stuff, I don't think you're going to work with APC. I don't think going to APC or going to, you know, when people come here and start giving false information, is so alarming. Thank you for debunking that caller who came in to say he heard that. And this is the wrong information.
Okay.
So, as I was saying, don't listen to those who think they know better. If they want to put their frustration, they should take it to their president, to the corrupt president they have in now, the corrupt officials they have in Nigeria. That's not to come into Nigeria was putting stress on you. Don't even give you a chance to bounce out, because they drove for every platform you go, they kick him out. So don't give him no chance to come and start making noise here. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Somebody just commented just now. They said he share apartment there in America. He said they live in the same area. I was surprised. I knew, yes, that he's part of the people that's frustrated in America. You cannot even buy ticket to come to Nigeria. Those are frustrated people in America. You know, he always go online from one platform to another to disgrace himself. Now we be one wear him a better garment, people they respect him, but he said no. That no, Mr. Nigeria was stop. I was born to be a fool. I said, no, that is not a good title. So I said, no, shut up there. I told you I'm a fool. Accept it like that. It's okay. I have to accept it. I don't have a choice. Anyway, my people, now God bless you. Now let me come to my wonderful panelists. I'd like to start with Madam Patricia. You are the first on the panel today. Good evening to you, ma'am. You have 8 minutes. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Evans. I thought Black Panther was before me. Okay. Good evening, everyone.
He don't demote himself. I don't know.
Okay.
Nanaja was really talk. Now he demote me. If you the press button anyhow.
You're too much. Be good.
After Mother Patricia, you go talk. Go ahead, man.
I said
no, go like that. I go talk last. Don't worry yourself. Go like that.
It's good for her. Make it talk last. Because now the third person say they do well here, they do bad here. So I don't know, give her that position. Anyway, I can leave that one. Oh God. Yes, Mr. Evans. Mommy, good evening. Mommy Diaspora, good evening. Good evening to all our panelists, Mother Rita, Oga Jonathan, who is that, Sir Louis? Yes, and Mr. Abdul Malik. Yeah, good evening to you. Thank you for being here to lend your voice. The comment section gurus, well done. Thank you for all you do there. Please like and share so that our voice will go far. Thank you so much. Mr. Evans, yes, I want to agree with Mother Origin. Yeah, I will not be surprised though. I don't know. They're gonna prepare. I don't tell them before. See, many things, revelation will come. They are coming out. we will still be hearing and seeing these different things. All this one when we they do like say one person and this that. I know I don't talk and since, and we go still see everything. I don't talk and say far yansh go open. So make we not worry. We they cross the bridge as we they get there, we'll cross them. And then we will begin to see waiting me at the toxins. Say there is no hope in that regard. No hope. Nobody is sent among all these people. Nobody can tell me anybody is sent. And I will stand by my word. I will not. For me, I'm very sure that this was a connivance to deceive Nigeria. Yes, I will boldly say that. I can say that because of the antecedent after the election. Yes, I believe that it was a connivance to deceive Nigeria, to make Nigeria believe that, oh, something can change, but they already know what they were doing. They knew what they were doing in 2023 election. They knew, they knew. Labour Party knew what was Mr. Peter Obi knows everything about what they were doing. So nobody can come and deceive me. If you want to remain deceived, be deceived. But me, I'm not going to be deceived because of the antecedent after the election is clear. It's very clear. It's clear that something happened. Something was already on the plate before even the election that made it to become what it became. So nobody will tell me anything. Say nobody, any one person not sent or whatever. Yeah. So I will leave that one. Mr. Evans, kidnapper, better go rotting for jail or go make them put you for that everlasting jail. And then you deserve. Nobody will release you. But I'm seeing you are fat and chubby. So I think na Bobrisky kind of jail now you day, prison now you day. So I think journalists, I don't know which one we'll call now, or whether the very dark man will make investigation come for us. Because I'm very sure that this man, I'm very sure the way he fought like that, I'm not sure say they for that prison, no. I'm very sure say na Bobrisky type of place now a day. So we need to find out really. Because what audacity for him to come now to say make Nigerians make them have mercy on who? After kidnapping people, buying people, you say you want to give them what you want relinquish the multiple or the properties that you bought with the illicit money, blood money. You want to relinquish it for your freedom. No, you can't. It's better. Nobody should release that man. Look, the law should work. They should not be selective. He should pay for what he did. What is that? People died now. What about those people that died? What about the one they named because of your greed? Later you come and tell me that you are smart, Abi. You sabi make money, you sabi trade. But they caught you now. See now. So suffer, whether you they read there, whether na PhD, how many you won't get for there will not concern anybody. You don't concern anybody. You cannot use it to help anybody. You are once a criminal is a criminal. I don't believe that anybody say that repent. Repent what? The Boko Haram where they say repent, we not see what they do. You are the same. You are the same kind of caliber. So please, nobody should release him. He should be there. He should go and face all those trials in all the places that are looking for him. Where he buy people, whether it's in Ibadan, wherever he buy them, wherever he kidnap people, he should go and serve all those prisons. All those prisons. Yes, there. He need to do that. Nobody should free that man. For what? And I joined the human rights people again to call on the immediate arrest of IBB. Yes, they should. They should arrest IBB. He need to go. They need to arrest him now as we speak, immediately. For what? You will come after 30 how many years to tell us that you were the one that made Abiola to buy. Delegiwa, the same thing. I mean, only you. What is that? What about other people? Even the disorganization that you disorganize Nigeria, you frustrate future generation till now. And now you are coming to tell me, and then people gather there to celebrate you, to embrace you, say they want to give you a library. For what? For what? To crown you for the evil that you did? To rewrite history, say yes, we celebrate evil and condemn the good? No, no, no. That should not happen. That library must not stand. It must not stand. It must not stand. Nigerians must kick against it. Nigerians must kick against it. And everyone that donated money for that evil, all of them, they are the same. They are the same. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived, Nigerians. Don't be deceived. There is no hope in any of them. No hope. No hope. Take it or leave it. No hope in any of them. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived by whether they call on whether the gap of speech or whatever. Don't be deceived. Wake up. They are all the same. Cannot tell me that you are dying with the devil, and that is because yes, now so you go take B. I beg. I don't want go into that. You know, it's a shame that somebody will tell me, say you go fair eat with the devil for you to know how to scratch it back. I don't know about that. You better stand. If you are a man of integrity, there are certain things you don't stoop low to do. Yes, there are certain things. If it warrants you not to be, then you take it as that. You take it so. You make it so. You cannot say, yes, I have to first dance with them, dance akaba with them, so that I can know how to, I can now get this thing. No, I beg. I don't believe in that philosophy. I'm not of that. Yes, a truthful person should stay always truthful and clean. Not that you first go and eat with devil, then you say that so you want to come lead people. I beg, Mr. Elvis, I will leave her here. If I'm giving you opportunity again, I will talk. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Patricia. God bless you, man. Thanks for your submission. I would like to appreciate Peggy Mondi. Thank you very much for the super chat earlier on. I'm very, very grateful. Thanks for all that you do. Michael Oganamaro, thank you very much, sir, for your super chat, and thanks for the wonderful text attached to it. I'm grateful. Your pocket never run dry. Thank you very much, my people. Those of you that have liked our video, that have shared, I want to say I'm very, very grateful. Please do your part by pressing more on the like. If you know, so you never press them, and help us to share. Press on the dollar sign if you can to encourage what we do here. God bless you all. Okay, let me come to the next person, Madarita. Madarita, thank you very much, man, for joining us. Good evening to you. I beg, talk to us. 8 minutes.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Elvis. Oh, I didn't realize I was speaking now. Yes, happy Sunday, Mr. Elvis. My lovely mommy diaspora. You know, I love you very much. And greetings to Madam Patricia, Mr. Jonathan Kingsley, Sir Lewis, Mr. Abdul Malik, and of course, Black Panther, and every other person who is watching, Madam Tusabi, Johnson Emmanuel. And yes, the callers that called, the callers that called, God bless you, Madam Origin. Where do I start from now? I think Nigeria is a lot of emotions right now. It's just up there, a lot of emotions. And it stems from, you know, what happened with the IBB book launch. I always talk about PTSD here, post-traumatic stress disorder. We also talked about the fact that many Nigerians are still grappling with the trauma of the military junta, some personally, some maybe generally. And I think the only way that we can have some sense of closure, because Nigerian hasn't gotten closure from all the atrocities that many of us have faced, or many of our family members or friends have faced. Closure, the only way, one of the ways to have some sort of closure to this trauma is, apart from acknowledgement, seeking forgiveness, but we also need to act on repercussions, or rather implement, you know, what our law says. For someone like IBB to come out and write this stuff, you know, and, you know, lay blame to whomever and make excuses and saying, oh, I take responsibility of it. It's just playing with people's emotions. It's just, there's no healing that is taking place. There's no healing. You just triggered something. In fact, the entire nation, everybody has some sort of trigger from what happened during the military junta. If he's sent to jail, I'm talking about IBB now, who has written the book. I don't want to even bring any other person into the mix. If IBB is persecuted and sent to jail, and his prosecution will list out every single thing that he did, not being selective. Because when you list it out, people will identify with what they feel. Can talk murder, incarceration, impunity, nepotism. There's a plethora of atrocities. Whichever one is closer to you, we need to hear it. I always talk about the power of acknowledgement. It's very, very powerful. When you acknowledge that you are wrong and you're willing to take the consequences of the decisions that you made that hurt a lot of people. And we have upright men and women standing to say, confessing is not just enough, but you also have to pay for your sins. You also have to pay for the kinds of decisions that you made. In doing so, you are teaching present, perhaps even some past and future generations of politicians or anybody in any form of leadership position, you know, to look at or think that I need to be careful with the decisions that I make because there will be repercussions. Regardless of how old you are, you will be persecuted. That has not happened in Nigeria. Nigeria is a traumatized country. Take it or leave it. Nigerians are traumatized. Some may not even know. You just need a little trigger to bring that thing that was quietly sleeping like the Kraken. And someone like IBB coming out to bring this book, it will bring up that thing that was sleeping. And that's why there's an uproar in the entire country. Even Morayo of the TVC, who works for the man from Bodyline, he works in his station. Her father was a very sound lawyer, and she felt offended. Something triggered by their laugh. She felt offended and questioned her boss. Why would he be laughing with her father's tormentors? But she chose to work for that man because it's on record. That man helped her father when he was sick. So she felt kind of indebted that the fact that they gave her a job when she came back from the United States. And the man from Bodyline, just like Professor of Rice and Beans says, when they were going through some financial stress, the man helped them with their medical bills and all that. However, the person in question, you didn't want to look at his integrity. You didn't want to look that the man had no scruples. You didn't want to look like this man there's nothing good about this man. There's a lot of shady things about this man, and shady people never bring anything that is positive, never. She refused to see those elements. The only thing that she saw was, this was our helper in times of need. And I have to show gratitude. Whether she was cajoled or not cajoled to work with him, to even be part of his presidential campaign, and even, you know, the media, you know, all the razzmatazz with the media in the man from Bodyline's campaign and the presidency. She was part of that. She didn't have any shame. She supported it. But however, there was a silent kraken that still lived within her. And he only took the launching of the book of IBB to awaken it. And she complained. And she felt sad. And she questioned her boss. Is she still working for TVC? As far as I know, she's still working there. So you see, sometimes we all need to be very careful with the kind of decisions that we make, the kind of people that we support. It might be working for you now. Your sense of reasoning might be like, no, this person can do no wrong. He's the one, he was there for me, or she was there for me. But you overlook the important things to pick, to make a choice about this so-called Mr. Helper. Everybody has different gifts. Everybody has where they need to be placed in life. But if you see that your brother choose to be the medical director of a hospital, the fact that is your brother, yes, you know your brother's antecedent because you grew up with him in the same house. Number two, you know your brother is not very good in making decisions. You know your brother is not very good about administration when it comes to, medicine, even if he's a doctor. You know he will not be a good administrator of a hospital. Yet you support him because he's your brother. Now, when the chips are down, what questions will you ask? Many people don't ask themselves, like, perhaps I made a wrong decision because it was my brother, because I felt my brother deserved that, it should be like somebody in the family, that was a medical director of a hospital. But you knew your brother was a bad administrator. You knew your brother was bad in managing money. You knew those things. So I just made an example with Morayo now of the TVC. And she telling me that she didn't know that the man from Bodilon had a very shady past. But she overlooked those parts and looked at what personal aggrandizement she got at the time that she needed something. Anyway, moving forward. IBB's book is a IBB's book. I don't know what according to what Miss late Basharu said. He said, "Do not believe anything IBB says," and I kind of alluded to, "Do not believe anything El Rufai says." Anytime El Rufai opens his buccal cavity, I do not want to hear or believe anything he has to say because it's all a lie. It's a deceptive tongue. The same thing that applies to Godswill Akpabio. Deceptive tongues never change. They never change. Never, ever, ever, ever change. They never change. So anybody looking at, I don't want to talk about the IBB stuff for now. That's a very long topic. It's an everyday thing because the whole country right now is shaking. Everybody's emotions are dwindling left, right, and center. Things are triggering. It's a whole lot. And we cannot just use one program or several. It's like something like we need to talk forever. We'll be talking about June 12 forever. So it's the same. This IBB book will be spoken about forever until there's healing. And because nobody's being persecuted, there will not be any closure. There wouldn't, including the Abiola family, including the majority of Nigerians, majority of students as at that time who suffered during the military junta, majority of people who suffered from their parents, what their father went through, some didn't see their father, their mothers, some careers were messed up, some were forced to flee the family, and some have never recovered, according to Chris Uwokobia. So there's no healing yet. There's no healing. Giving us a book is no healing, and it's a slap on our face. It's the likes of Dangote and BUI Cement and the rest of them, because who are donating for this so-called library. It's I don't know, it's so rotten. The air stinks, very vile. To even think that people even invite such people to their functions, or you revere them, or you aspire to be like them. It stinks. It's so vile that you can't even. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. Rufai going to Clark's house to talk about the South should merge with the North. I'm just going to continue for that part. I'm going to continue. I'm going to stop here since you rang the bell. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis.
All right, moderator, thank you very much, man. I put Shara for you. I put extra.
Yeah, I want to talk about Peter Obi, but that's okay. I'll wait.
You'll talk about that later. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Okay. Sir Louis, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Okay, Sir Louis, you're
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good evening.
Please talk.
I have 8 minutes, so please, for my 8 minutes, I want to give 4 minutes to my director to complete what she wants to say. That use that 4 minutes to say what I have to say. Please, if you will allow me to do that, thank you.
Okay, sure. Moderator, continue. Thank you.
Well, so Mr. Lewis, I don't know if you have been in, but I'm just saying thank you very much, sir. Okay,
Bataki.
Oh, Bataki, great. Domo, sir. Anyway, as for Peter Obi, you see the situation of Peter Obi. I have analyzed it in my own way, and this is it. When you have a very wicked and satanic person who has committed a lot of atrocities and now wants to sort of atone for his sins, wants to sort of, put a white cloth over his dirty cloth, they just don't say it out. And they know that speaking it, even apologizing, they will not be accepted. Because the depth of which they committed a lot of pain to people, you can't expect them to just switch over and say, like a switch, off and on. I forgive you, let's move on. Everybody love, hug and kiss yourself, it's okay. No, that ain't gonna work. So what did they do? They use, I'm very careful with my word, they use people who have a very good reputation, people who have good standing with the people who they use persons who have good standing with people, who has a clean record, just to make them look good. It's called using. Perhaps in the other side, they'll probably say, no, we're just inviting because you see that you're credible. And no, Peter Obi's presence there was the white cloth to cover the soiled cloth. I don't want to say if Peter Obi fell for it, because I don't know. I just have a feeling that he fell for it. And Peter Obi, I don't think Peter Obi understands the consequences of his presence there. He might not understand it now, but in the future, perhaps when he writes a book in 20 years' time, he will say, perhaps I shouldn't have attended that because it tramples on the sensitivity of every Nigerian who have suffered under this man's administration, who have suffered under the military junta. He may not see it now, just like any of us. We might make decisions now, and in the future, we now realize perhaps our decision was kind of short-sighted. So that's what I see in Peter Obi. Still standing. Peter Obi is still the best amongst what we have now. I've always seen Peter Obi, finally, Peter Obi as the conduit. As the conduit, is the channel, is that plug that God used for Nigerians to be aware of their potentials. It doesn't mean that he's going to take us to Uhuru or he's the Messiah. He was just the conduit. Even the likes of Dele Farotimi started rising up with Peter Obi. Those, I see them as conduits. I see them as plugs that God is using. Padebanjo has done his own. The ones that say are alive. God just used them as conduits for us to open our eyes to see that we have potentials. We can take our country back. Our resources are enough to sustain us, and we can do better. I will stop from over here. I don't want to prolong Mr. Louis' 4 minutes I gave me. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let me quickly say this. I have 4 minutes left. You see, when we look at this celebration of the shameful celebration of General Ibrahim Babangida, and also the news of Evans, when Evans was arrested, it was on my social media because I knew what Evans did to one of my uncles in Benin. Although my uncle today is also turned out to be one of the nuisance politicians, who if you were to go back to history of how he made his money, he was part of the people that got several billions of projects, and he only spent a little part of that project with substandard materials. I don't want to go into that, but when that man was kidnapped in Benin back in the days, he was just coming back from church, entering his gate. The kidnappers kidnapped him. So why they kidnapped him? Because he had a policeman inside his car. So the plan was to just remove my uncle and demand for ransom. So when they saw the policeman in his car, they thought the policeman was going to open fire on them. So the kidnappers just opened fire on the car. So they buyed the policeman, they buyed my uncle's wife, buyed the driver, buyed the other lady that was in the car. It was terrible. So when they kidnapped Evans, when Evans started listing the people who we kidnapped, my uncle's name was one of them. And so you see, now I can tell you that all this while Evans has been in prison, there are lots of Nigerians today still secretly hoping for his release. That is how rotten the society is. Now, looking at what IBB did is shameful. I'm trying to marry both of them together because if you look at what this man, the crime Babangida committed during his military government, if we were living in a civilized society, people like IBB are not supposed to talk. They're supposed to keep quiet. They're supposed to keep quiet. They're supposed to hide their head in shame. And now this man still comes out to talk, and people still see him as a messiah. And people still look at him like, you see people come out and say, well, look at the people that attended the ceremony, people who became a billionaire through the fraudulent activities of the government or the federal government. I went through the crimes of Babangida, corruption, of mismanagement of public funds. I think it was the $12.4 billion, the Gulf War oil windfall scandal of 1991. The political assassination of Delegiwa, that was 1986. You know, human rights, other human rights violations. You know, then of course we all know the June 12th. You know, the military coup and the previous activities. We were talking about those are just the big ones we see on the picture. What about the other one? What about the coup of Gideon Okadi Ogboruku and the bunch of captains and majors that they said they were sending on course? Because they actually thought that those captains and majors were the people who plotted that coup. The coup that was supposed to remove IBB from power. What they said, they actually said they were sending those guys on a course, and those guys entered. The plane crashed, and more than 100 majors and captains were, you know, that was it. That was the end of them. So there are so many who can go in. So if a man like that can still come out to write a book, yeah, he literally wrote a book, listed what like what you shared just now. He said a book. He said a book about Nigeria's criminal justice system landed the author in jail unlawfully, while a book where a dictator and a murderer wrote about crimes against this country gets billions of naira in donation. You see, things like this should be condemned, because you do not know. Why do you think decent environment, developed countries, they're trying to maintain the high level of decency? Because they understand that children are born into that country, and they don't want the children to born into a society that celebrates criminality. That is the reason why we don't know the damage this thing is causing. There are millions of Nigerian youth today who will look at that birthday, look at that ceremony, and say, "Wow." And their mentality is to be like someone like IBB. Their mentality is to be like someone who will be so ruthless. Because like Emma was saying, say to claim with the Nigerian politics, you must be ruthless. I mean, we all know that. It's not a system that applauds people who have intelligent minds, people who have visions to want to change the trajectory of or the system to better the entire Nigerian population. Those people are not rewarded. You know, so when we look at things like this, I'm looking at the effect it's having. The effect is going to have in a long time, in a long run, for the young children, for the youth of today, for the Gen Zs of today, and for the children unborn. We should condemn things like this. People like IBB should hide their head in shame. I don't want to know the people he made in this government. It's not that shouldn't be what we look at. We look at the entire country. How impactful was an administration? What did he change? Looking at the healthcare, looking at the infrastructure of the country, just looking at everything. Talking about electoral reforms now. You are saying that if that is not properly sorted out, 2027, you're not going to be involved in the election. You're not going to exercise your franchise to cast a vote. These are things we should be talking about. These are things Nigerians should be talking about, because we are shouting it from here, and I know that people are watching. But the systems, the churches, the institutions, because Nigerian people are divided religiously. You have the ones that follow Islam, the ones that follow Muslim. If these institutions, religious institutions, do not work together to uphold, transparency, to uphold, my time is done, to uphold, godliness, forget it. The country is finished. Thank you. I think we should begin to let's promote godliness, because enough of satanism everywhere. Thank you.
Exactly. Let's promote godliness and embracing in satanism. But meanwhile, thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thanks for giving moderators a few minutes to pass that last message. But I'll go to comment section. I have a question that I have a topic that I need to respond to. Steven Stan, you left this. He said, please, guys, can anyone tell us which way to go, since everybody is bad? Even Paul is being castigated as one of them. So, which way to go? That's your question, right? And I have an answer to you. It's very easy. The answer to you is that, first, before we answer you, nobody is castigating Peter Obi. You know, if you don't get it, nobody. Since yesterday, nobody have castigated Peter Obi outside Peter Obi going to that satanic hall. Finish. You need to get it clear. If you're one of the people that justify that it doesn't matter, you go there, and it doesn't matter Peter Obi represents of IBB, that's fine, it's your opinion. You have right to it. As of today, nobody have any criminality to attach to his name as Peter Obi. So nobody say Peter Obi is one of them. You know? But although some people might have that in mind, but I'm not part of it. Let me speak for myself. Then for your answer,
for your question, and the answer is straight. Since nobody is good, which way to go? The way to go is you and I need to stand up today and take our country back. Not be Peter Obi go do one for you, not be go do one for me. You and I, we are docile. We are cowards. Let's wake up from our slumber and take our country. That is the way to go. The only way to go. So Peter Obi is only putting himself as a bishop. He have right to say, I'm not contesting anymore. I want to go eat at the DM for us. I know, waiting concern, I not concern me, go off your phone. Now you and I still decide this situation. So that's the answer. No other answer. Thank you. Call on the next person to talk to us. The next person to talk to us, Abdul Malik. If you are there, sir, good evening to you. You're always there anyway. Abdul Malik is the only person on this platform and few others. Mother Rita as well. You know that you will call. They must be there to answer you, no matter what. If you call, it go there. You know, but the rest, you know, you go ring bell, ring forever for 78 years. They're not there. Hey, voila. So can't come back and say, I was cooking black soup. I was eating.
What do they talk, Seth?
I beg, go. Must you talk? You see you now everywhere. Must you talk?
You are just doing divide and rule. Yeah, you sabi divide and rule. See, then call this, you not go answer. Now, ladies are not you the answer. You wear the black soup now. You know the green answer call until they call you early more. Hey, you dey for table before you go answer. You see, they castigate other people.
Brother, I bet let me give person where he get credit. He deserve a credit. Abdul Malik, I bet talk to us. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Najawo, and good evening, everybody in the panel. Good evening, Nigerian. Peter Obi close LP PA, Decamped to APC. We have many more to decamp, not only this man. Because in Nigeria, it's just like, you know, APC now, they are the ruling party in Nigeria, right? The people in Nigeria, they don't really fight for the Nigeria people. They are fighting for their self-interest. That is the reason why they don't care what party is leading or what party they will decamp to. Anywhere belefi, just like a prostitute. They don't care what. I don't really understand the country we are living. How can Nigeria now look at APC, what they are doing? But Labour Party, why this man now decamp? If you ask him now, he have no tangible reason that will tell you why he decamped to APC. It's just because of APC, they are the ruling party. That is the reason why he decamped today. There is no tangible reason we give you the reason why he decamped. We don't fight for the country. We are fighting for our self-interest. Almost 99% of Nigerians. That is the reason why the country is not moving. We don't have one mind. We don't have one say. That is the reason why the country is still where we are today. IBB issue, you see, IBB needs to be prosecuted. But the question is, even the people that we prosecute, is it not the one that they are they are making joke between themselves? The former vice president and the president currently is that they are cracking joke. Something that Nigeria is a country as essential something we don't take it serious. It's something that is not necessary we are taking serious. Something that is not important. But the important something we don't take that serious. Today, Abiola family, they are still in pain because of their loss of their father. But this man, he came out, what he did last time. But now, you see now, nobody, there is nothing, they will not prosecute this man. They can never prosecute him because they can never prosecute him because of their evil doing, evil attitude. This is the country we find ourselves. We celebrate criminality and evil people. Now, you see, there is something I want to say. In Nigeria today, if we are saying that there is nobody will come out to vote 2027, okay, how are we going to get it right? Are we going to continue this way? The question is because of why these people are taking advantage of our youth is that they know that we are divided. We are not united. We don't have one mind. We don't have one say. Just because of some of us, we are betrayers, they can buy us easily. Okay, now, how are we going to take our country back? The question is for everybody. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. We celebrate evil something, not evil something. Look at what happened to Rotimi that time. Rotimi Abi, look at the book he wrote about criminal justice of Nigeria. But you see that book, it did not. They come against him. But now somebody who is the main person, Babangida, that kills souls. He derive our citizens from their right. That is 1999. Now they are celebrating the man. We celebrate criminality and evil something. How are we going to get the country good? How? It's a problem for everybody. I don't really know, because the country we are living today. Now, the question is this. If really we don't want to come out to vote, okay, what are we going to do? What is the next step to make? For me, I don't know. If you tell me I will not come out to vote, or I will not tell people to come out to vote, what am I going to do? Because I cannot do violence. Yes, I cannot make violence, something like that. Okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit till I die? The question is no. I will keep on trying. One day we will get the right person in. Yeah, we will not stand by. We will keep on trying. But one day, if the right person will come, okay, we're not going to vote. We give the advantage, more advantage to do what they have to perpetrate their evils. Yes, if we don't come out, that is what I think. But if immediately we come out, they have fear in their mind. Like those people, they may do something after they not give their vote. Yeah, if they don't announce the right person that won the election, they may do something, they may enter the street. It may be different from the last one. They will have that fear in mind. It's not that they don't fear, they fear more than you, but it's because of we don't execute our plans. We just plan, but we don't execute it. That's the problem we have. Other countries, they don't do like this. Many things that things that are going in that country. Other country, only small thing. Even this price of inflation, this price, that increase of commodities, it can spark revolution in the country. But our country, you see, every day they increase fuel, they increase rice, they increase everything, but they don't do anything. Even the market women, they don't even protest. How the government will know that you people have passing through pains? They will not know because they are okay. They are not passing through those things because they are okay, because they are benefiting from the system. Yeah, they are stealing the money that belongs to you and me to develop their family, to make their family better. They don't care. Okay, why if the masses they're quiet, they will think they're okay. That's why they're quiet. We have a long way to go. Let's change our mindset. Without that, there is nothing we work. Just continue 60 years from now, we are still talking the same thing. Okay, how when is it going to be changed? Nobody knows. We are just talking, but nobody knows when it will change. Yeah, we don't even know the plan. We have plan, but we don't execute the plans. When you have plan, you don't execute the plan, it cannot work for you. Thank you very much, Mr. Nigeria Watch.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Malik. You asked a question, and I have an answer to it. That why would that man, Agbonze, or what did they call him, with the camp, Labour Party man, that decamped and left Peter Obi in the Labour Party to move to APC. You ask a question, why, and why? The only answer to it is that is satanic desperation. How will anybody justify the reason why they will go and join APC? How are you going to explain that? How? Okay, like, okay, I wanted to join the APC. Instead of complaining, I want to join them so that I can help everybody to repair the country or what? How are you going to justify that? I beg. Some people will still justify this satanism though. They'll say, yes, you know what they do. You want to do something good for us, Abi. Anyway, let's move on. Mr. Jonathan, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. I beg, talk to us, sir. Thank you very much.
Hello, Mr. Evans. Hello.
I've been calling you since you
go ahead now. Go ahead.
Sorry for the delay. I greet you, Mr. Evans. Happy Sunday, and fellow panelists. I greet you all. God bless you, Mr. Evans, and fellow panelists as well, Mom Diaspora. I greet you. God bless you abundantly. All the commenters and those on there, and all the callers as well. I greet everyone. Happy Sunday and welcome. You know, one thing about this platform is that you see, when people speak the truth, you see the commonality in opinions, and there is nothing wrong in having common opinion. At the same time, there is nothing wrong in having diverse opinions as well. So when your opinion is different from mine, that shouldn't be an issue. Rather, as the anchor will say, yeah, you come here to learn, and that's the truth. But you see, in Nigeria, the exacting problem that people have, that problem, they will be transferring it to other people. Yesterday, we have panelists. Some people here are talking about emotions. I don't see where emotion comes in here. I mean, talking about Mr. Peter Obi's attending the Babangida book launch, or whatever they want to call it. You see, this is not about being sentimental. This is not about being, you know, emotional. It has nothing to do with it, with all of that at all. And as of today, for me, and I believe with many and millions of Nigerians, it's still today, it has not taken their support for Mr. Peter Obi away. As of today, we have to see more and be able to connect the dots before someone like myself will say it's no longer worth it. But that singular event on its own is still not enough. However, we must bring it out. We just have to. Otherwise, we're deceiving ourselves. And so, to many Nigerians, they just can't find themselves in that position where, when it is time for them to address the person they are supporting or to call the person out, they find it difficult. And I said on this platform yesterday, Mr. Peter Obi, nobody forced him to say he wants to be the president of Nigeria, a public servant. In his own volition, he decided to. Same way, nobody put a knife on my neck. I, on my own volition, decided to support him. So we are everybody on his own. There's no umbilical cord that connects me and him together. None, zero. It is simply because the commonality between us is Nigeria. That's all. We want the good of Nigeria. That's all. And when I see that there's no that thing that connects us together in terms of Nigeria is no longer there, I also have the same right, the same me, to say this is no longer the man I'm backing or I'm supporting. It's as simple as that. And yesterday, I also said on this plan, I said there's so much to say about this thing, and I'm grateful today that, you know, fellow panelists have addressed it. All the panelists that have spoken, they have addressed so many things, you know, that I did not mention yesterday because of time. I'm glad that they've mentioned today, but I will just add this to it. You see, it is only in Nigeria. If today, which is the 23rd of February, 2025, 21st century. Today, you still don't believe that Nigeria is not normal. You still stand somewhere. You are still arguing it. You are still, for whatever reason, either ignorance, either because of nepotism, tribalism, whatever it is, that you are still believing that that country is normal. You yourself, perhaps, you are not normal. You have a big problem. I say that emphatically, and I'm not missing word. You have a big, serious problem. Nigeria is not a normal country. Where on planet Earth will you see a country that a dictator will have the audacity to say he wants to have a presidential library? Please mention one country for me in the entire world. Perhaps I don't know. We're here to learn that a dictator, somebody said it, I think it was Mr. Hike. That's why I said I'm grateful to fellow panelists that have spoken earlier. People like that should bury the minimum he will do is that he will bury himself for life. Like nobody will even know where, they will not even know his address. Apart from his family. He will just keep quiet for life. That is the respect you can give Nigeria and Nigerians. That's it. But because it is not a normal space, that is why they are celebrating this. Again, my fellow panelists said, somebody wrote a book about the criminal justice, the Nigerian criminal justice system. He was locked up. So a dictator is being celebrated. Just look at the contracts. And then you say that the country is not normal and you still want to have a different opinion on that. Something is wrong with you. Presidential library. Do you know what presidential library means? It is about setting the record. It is about history that generations and generations and generations, in fact, generations upon generations unborn, they can go back and they can study and they can learn. It is not fitting for a dictator for that matter. Okay, let's even leave it aside. Okay, not a dictator. Someone who did not get into power through a peaceful process. Someone who was not elected. Someone who got into power through the barrage of the through maximum force. And he has the audacity talking about presidential library. As I said, presidential library is about history. You shape it. Is how you want your history to be told. So it is Babangida that will now tell us. So people see how the distortion of history. Having ruined the country, it is not enough for them. It is now to distort history, destroy history, write it their own way, so that university students can enter into that library for project or whatever, for their thesis. PhD student can enter into that library and they will be reading distorted history. And people are supporting that. Here's the thing. It takes a president, a so-called in Nigeria, a so-called democratically elected president, that he himself is a dictator, is an autocratic president that will get himself inside the same room with Babangida. They see that commonality. They see that you see, they say birds of the same feather, they flock together. They are not damn democratically elected. We don't have it in Nigeria. It takes a dictator to sit down with a dictator. If a president sees himself as truly elected, truly democratic, and sees himself as a president that stands for the free speech of the people, there is no way on planet Earth that you will see yourself side by side to be seen publicly with Babangida. You are not. All of you. From 1999 to date, somehow, somewhat, you are still a dictator. You are still an autocratic leader. You have been that. You will not even allow that, because why? He's now putting himself on the same par with you. Okay, let's give it, okay, for the sake of discussion, that you are truly democratically elected. You are putting yourself on the same pedestal with a dictator. You equate yourself with a dictator. You equate yourself with someone who got into power by force. So we can see it is clear there is no democracy in Nigeria. We can see it is clear that there is no freedom of speech in Nigeria. You are working with the same man. You align with him, with everything that he did. Everything. You see, you are the same, because you see there is commonality between you and Babangida. For Agbado, the same. It's not, first of all, it's not truly democratically elected. I'm choosing my word very carefully. It's not truly democratically elected. Is an autocratic leader. He doesn't stand for freedom of speech. If he stands for freedom of speech, let somebody say something about his not even him, not even his wife. Let somebody say something about his son. That person will be locked up. He doesn't stand for that. That's exactly what Babangida stood for. So you are the same. So someone like Mr. Peter Obi should not be there at all in any way, shape, or form. He should, in no way. It's a very simple thing. I just want to believe everybody have the right to their own. To every individual has right to his or her own opinion. I'm not going to dispute that. But I just believe that on this one, we should be able to coalesce. On this one, we should be able to agree that what happened was wrong. Completely wrong. Shouldn't be. And again, I'm happy. One of the panelists also said earlier that it is just like Mr. Peter Obi does not understand. I believe it was Madam Rita. See, this fight for the change, he has not grasped it completely. He thinks it's still a joke somehow. I'm trying to paraphrase what the speaker said. And I think I alluded to that yesterday. Because if you really, truly, in fact, understand what Nigeria are yearning for, you won't commit this error. You will not commit this error. It will not happen. Based on what I know of someone like Mr. Peter Obi, based on his antecedent and his character, what he has done, the way he speaks, I believe he is wise enough. On this very one, he knows what to do. And I'm not saying 99%, 100%. He knows the right thing to do. But for whatever reason, I don't know. So we have to call it. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. But lastly, please, just some few seconds. See, on this this Labour Party man that decamped to APC. First, these are not these are just looters. They use Labour Party, and now Labour Party is useless. They use Labour Party. Now Labour Party is useless, and they are looking for another useful tool, and that is APC.
Thank you.
Elvis, I will leave it. Thank you very much for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Some of your submissions, unfortunately, some people they will not be happy with it because they don't like truth. That's the problem we are facing in Nigeria. But I will advise everybody, or rather urge everybody that have been saying the truth, to continue to say the truth. Even though it's one person that is standing with you, please always tell us the truth. That's all we want to hear. We don't want to tell them what they want to hear. No. A lot of Nigerians today, we are where we are because we like people that that normally tell us what we want to hear. I don't want to be part of that. I have another question there that I need to answer straight away. Leonard Anozie, you left a comment that I will answer you. Say, please, I want to ask. I believe IBB invited Peter Obi. Should he say no? Yes. She doesn't need to directly say no. I don't know if he joined us yesterday. If Kidnapper call you today, Leonard Anozie, make una go kidnap together because say that's Kidnapper and two gotta go primary school, secondary school, that your best friend. But he can't call you today, say, Leonard Anozie, how far now? Which job you call it? Do you can't tell us if you're engineer? He can't tell you say he be kidnapper. Can't say by this Saturday we they go kidnap two pregnant women. I bet you go join us. Leonard Anozie, my question be this, I bet answer them. Thank you. Answer Ramo. That's the only way you go feel answer this one. So if you feel answer that one, make I talk in case you not get them. The kidnapper can't call you. Now be best friends. So when I don't pal it, tele. Then you come meet and can't tell you a new job. Can't tell you say this Saturday you want to go kidnap two pregnant women. Make you join them when I gotta go. So you go tell and say you know they come or you go come. Or what you go do, how you want to do them. Thank you. I'd like to call on the next person to talk to us. Okay, Black Panther, my brother, are you still there with us?
I did, Gandhi.
Thank you.
As I be as good evening. As Baba Yabo will say, I did can't be. I say I did can't be. I want to thank everyone. Nigeria will thank you. We will continue. We owe you nothing, but we owe you more blessing and prayer. That is what we owe you, because the strength where you derive it from is from your creator. There's none that we can use, but we just need to continue to pray for you to have the strength to continue. Consistency is what made great men to be great today. If you see Mandela was not consistent, he wouldn't have been the Iroko.
You know what I mean?
If so many leaders, Malcolm X was not consistent, he wouldn't have been great. So we have to be consistent with whatever we are doing. I want to thank Mommy. Mommy, thank you so much. May God bless you and keep you. And to the audience, thank you very much. God bless you all. I want to say something here. I want to start. I concur with Oga Jonathan, Madam, everybody that has spoken. I concur with you. I will continue from where people have stopped. Some people came from the medical point of view, which is absolutely right. Madam Rita, you are superlative today. You went into an area where people don't like going into, and you were simply good there. And I want to thank every other person and the listener. I want to say from here now is that I want to start from history. You see, history has a way of teaching us on how to move forward in the future. And that is why we were complaining about history. History made me to know that the Nigerian politicians are consistent with the destruction of their beloved country. History made me to know that they will not change. And I want to answer Mr. Niger Watch question he asked first when he was talking about. He was talking something. I answered the question on the when I typed in the answer. When I answer it, you know the question you asked. You see, Nigeria have not been opportune. Yes, I get it now. Opportune to consistently do democracy consistently. Apart from now, when we had independence, there was a lot of destruction. We have not perfected the good way of democracy, but what happened was destruction, and it led to First Republic, Second Republic, Civil War, and so other things. It is now that we are beginning to be consistent. Even the Shagari one was not even consistent. There was a breakup of military regime by military regime. It is now that we have been consistent, and our consistent, we have not been able to found a country yet. That is why illegality has played a role in the amalgamation and the settling down of corrupt democracy that we have today. That is why you see, we have not been able to jail anybody that have done wrong in the past, because we have not been thinking right to come together to know that from history of our forefathers, the founding fathers of this country, quote and unquote, we have not been able to dig in and correct ourselves to find and found a nation, so that all the things you have just said can take place. The question you asked would have taken place if we have founded a country after the amalgamation. But we have not been opportune. The opportunity we got, we have made a mess of it by allowing corruption corrupt the system. I wouldn't blame us. It was the insurgents of the military regime that established corruption, and the politicians took over it and they dragged it in and organized another division called the tribal enclave of the entire Nigeria system. Now, Madam Patricia, you see, in America, I was thinking that the ideologies that was made cannot make people to change party. I was giving them 100%, but that was wrong of me. And that was wrong of many people. As time goes on, things that we see that it look as if they're constant, it wasn't constant, but it was all waiting for the right time. All politicians around the world, they have peculiar similarity. You see, Mr. Obi is a different. Mr. Obi was never a politician. If you look at his history, he was never a politician. He was dragged in because the people want to correct the abnormality in Anambra State. That was why he was dragging. As we are dragging him in to correct the abnormality in Nigeria now. That is why you cannot make a comparison, Peter Obi and this present military politicians that came in, and the disguised one that said they fought for freedom. Meanwhile, they were waiting for opportunists, and the color opened, and we saw that some of them were drug dealers and drug addicts. You see, Peter Obi, we need to be, that's why I said, Peter Obi is a case study. It's a book on his own. We need to study him. If we are putting him in position of it, we can criticize him deeply, but we cannot put him in the same position with what we have now, because he doesn't even have any record to compare him and contrast with them. But what he's doing, we are trying to castigate him so that he cannot go and kiss the ring of the king. That's what we're trying to do. And now let me come to the picture that is going on now. Let me tell you one thing. I said it before, but people don't understand the parable I said. I said, the way they are dragging Nigeria into now, people will end up, the majority of Nigeria will end up picking Agbado as the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria continuously. Because you know what? Because one thing, the way they are merging, the way they are going to merge, is going to distort a lot of things. It's going to distort a lot of things. Because if Peter Obi merge with Atiku, it will not become the North versus the South. It will not become, let the North do 8 years. Because the politician knows how to play it with their finances. They'll play it into the minds of every Nigerian. They will dig in straight. They will take it. You remember how they did the first one, where they said, you are not from East. The East, you go back. They will play that politics and they will win again, because many Nigerians are gullibles. They are gullibles. They will buy that idea. And I don't want them to buy the idea. Now, the vote of the person, somebody that is going to win this election, is going to depend on the minority vote, the middle belt, and the Eastern Bloc. The person that's going to win this election is going to depend on the middle belt and the Eastern Bloc. Now, just 10 seconds. The reason why I say that, we should be very close in monitoring that tribalism is going to play a role, and if they not force it too much and they gather, it's going to be let the South finish their 8 years and let the North coming after it. You see the problem we're having now. They are going to box every one of us to look at those things. So we should be very careful to know the dimension of the political scenario we are into. Don't let us go and fall into that gap and start looking at that era, that thing, south and north. Please, I beg everyone of us, because they are pushing us there now. That is the game they are trying to play. Thank you.
All right, Black Panther, thank you very much, my brother, the last person on the panel. Thanks for giving your submission. I appreciate you, my brother. All right, before we start having our final submission with Madam Patricia, followed by Madam Rita, Mr. Jonathan, Abdul Malik before Black Panther, which will be the last person, 2 minutes. I would like to quickly respond back to Leonard Anozie. Leonard Anozie, God bless you. Thank you very much for answering my question. Because you answered my question well, I want to answer your question well now. You said, what would Peter Obi have done if IBB invited him? Simple, my brother. Peter Obi would have found a very legitimate excuse. Because Peter Obi is the only hope that we have right now, right? You and I know that. So you know that you going there, obviously, many Nigerians will not be happy with this. You know, you'd have looked for a very legitimate excuse. Like you have a doctor, we talked about this yesterday, you have a doctor appointment in the UK on that particular day, or you have this, you have that, you have that. It's not compulsory that everywhere they invite you as a person, you must be there, no matter how the person close to you. There's what we call legitimate excuse, which people cannot rule out. At least for the people. At least for the people. Yes. You can't just tell him that, oh, IBB, I know they come, you'll be a bad person. No, that's not what we're saying. A legitimate excuse. Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you, Leonard Anozie. Anna Patricia, if you are there, ma, your 2 minutes. Good evening to you once again. Okay, Madam Rita, if you are there, please.
Let Madam Rita speak. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma. Madam Rita, please talk to us.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I'm going to talk about Mr. Cosmos Maduka, what he was saying, about, he said Nigeria is on the right path, and Peter Obi wouldn't have done better. I want to respond. Peter Obi wasn't given the chance to prove himself. So Cosmos Maduka, we don't know if Peter Obi will have done better or not. I think that comment was kind of self-serving and very, very unfair. And I don't understand. I'm just trying, because I respect Cosmos Maduka. I mean, with his lectures about, telling people about entrepreneurship and telling people, how he serves God and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But I don't understand why he would feel that Nigeria is such a good nation to manage now. Nigeria is getting better. I don't understand that. Cosmos Maduka, what is the value of the Naira now? You even mentioned that, oh, maybe the next couple of years or next year, what did he say? A couple of years will be like 2027. And that Naira could be 1,000 or like he's even hoping Naira to be 1,000. He didn't even say Naira should be like 50 Naira. Excuse me. It just shows that, I don't know, maybe when people get to a certain level of influence and wealth, they forget how it was like for them. Cosmos Maduka, when the time you made your money, as you were making your money along, was Nigeria the same as it is today? Peter Obi has said the likes of Elon Musk, the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, the likes of most billionaires today that we know who are good investors, or even Jeff Bezos, if they were wanting to borrow money from the bank to start a business, apart from the monetary aspect, the temperature of the country, they would have failed. They would have failed. Cosmos Maduka, if you were to start your business now, you wouldn't have risen to the billionaire that you are today. That is the truth. That is the truth. So it's very, very unfair for you to just make those as passions, Peter Obi wouldn't have done better. I don't get it. Anyway, let me just stop here. I do not agree with 95% of what Cosmos Medica was saying. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I can't believe 2 minutes just went so fast.
It went too fast, you know. So when they cook black soup for kitchen, you know how long it they take now. So
Mr. Elvis, your clock comes to me different. That your clock.
Black soup
maybe
is slow.
from the Kremlin, you got just where you bought your clock from. Because as in my calculation, it's just 1 minute I spoke. Thank you very much.
How many minutes they take they cook black soup?
Mr. Elvis, don't ask me that question. You're not qualified for black soup.
That one, 1 hour, 1 hour and 1 hour and 30 minutes to swallow them.
You know, qualify. I'm not just talk. Just leave Mr. Elvis. Mr. Elvis, just that your 2 minutes. I will take it today. Thank you.
I bet no verse, man, no verse. I will change. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Moderator, don't talk to us for today because I don't want to work with you. This is almost 4 hours. I don't say my whole presentation they take up 1 hour 30 minutes. You know, I know how they be, but still, some people have advised me so many times that I should make my presentation just 20-30 minutes. How is it possible? That means the information will be passing here will not be much. And some people also suggested that some people have watched it already. Do you know that there's a breaking news that happened? In fact, this Babangida, this thing will happen. So do you know that there are still Nigerians we don't know say this thing happened? Say Babangida confessed till now. Don't assume that everybody know everything.
That's a fact now. Even Mr. You are being too liberal. You are too liberal. Dele Faroti me that happened in November to December, throughout December. If you enter streets in Nigeria today, there are still Nigerians. You'll be amazed. Millions of them. They will say, what really
exactly
happened?
They don't even know the name. Who is Dele Faroti me? That's the funny part of it. You say, if you dare me now, you say, make I carry mic enter street. Say, do you know who is Dele Faroti to me? They'll say, Dele, I hear that name. I don't know who he is. So don't assume, see, because I see some people sometimes they post something on our group. So I'll say, no, this is an old video. Old video, how? Nothing is old. Except the person tell you, say, this video happened today. Hey, you can say, no, it did not happen today. Say, person post and say, don't post old video. Why not? Some people never see them. That's just it. I appreciate you all, my people. Thank you so much. Mr. Jonathan, sir, your 2 minutes. Thank you. Talk to us.
Yeah, Mr. Ivy, it's really nothing much just to say. I will just stay on online what I was talking about earlier about dictatorship, presidential library. As I said, we need to bring it to the fact that this can only be happening in Nigeria. The best place, what president Mr. Tinubu should have advised is that, please, let's go and all this history during your presidency, during your dictatorship, rather, IBB, let's put them in a museum. That's the place for them. There is a difference between a museum and a presidential library. If you go to a museum, you can still see. Do you see Adolf Hitler library anywhere, or Pinochet of Chile anywhere, or even the most, you don't even know where you want to classify the Egyptian president who turned himself to become a democratic president. This one that the Arab Spring, came on him. You don't even know where to put him, whether he was a dictator or truly elected president. He dare not. The best place you will see anything about him in Egypt is what they call the Museum of Military Council. They will not think of that. Put that set up a museum in Nigeria where Nigerians will read the history of all these dictators. That is their place. You people are not normal. The place for anybody who has wear military uniform and one way or the other find himself to lead the country, their place is in the museum. Museum of Military Council. We can do that. Nigerians can go to museum. In fact, we'll be making money. Maybe you are talking of foreign exchange. People will visit that museum. That's where you will label them in a museum. If I want to know anything about Babangida, I'll go to the Museum of Military Council, the name they used to give themselves, Supreme Military Council. We set up a museum for them, not presidential library. And you are all celebrating dictatorship. Because you yourself, you are part of it. You are more or less a dictator. What is the difference? Somebody can tell me, is it election? Because the distinguishing factor, the obvious distinguishing factor between a military man and a non-military man is democratic election. That's the first democratic election. Can we say that difference is there today? You and I know. The other one is the freedom of speech. Can we say that is there today? Of course it is not. So they are all the same. It is still the same. We're just deceiving ourselves. I said it earlier, and I think saying it over and over again is not going to be too much if that is what it will take to get it into people's mind. There is no anybody, if you are a truly, I use the word truly, and I use it in capital, bold capital. If you are a truly elected president, nobody will, all of you won't be in that room. Let this sink in so that we can put this to rest and let's face the issues of Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone.
All right, thank you, Oga Jonathan. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you.
In fact, Mr. Elvis, please, you used to say that also. You said the place for all the criminals of Nigeria is a museum. I just remember now. You used to say that. Said their place is a museum. That you should put a museum there for them so that people can go and watch them.
Now who go put her for museum? Now be the question of debate. When we talk, I'm now say we know love her.
Museum.
They go wear pampers. They go wear white pampers.
Not presidential library.
The only people where go put her for museum now the military guys. When we have a strong military men, now they go to do them.
Black Panther, give us your 2 minutes now. Thank you. Remain 1 minute beside your 2 minutes.
Which 1 minute? Not just use that one before I send you spiritual this,
Oh yeah, go ahead now. Talk to us.
Oh yeah, I want to thank everybody again. You see, look, let us forget Babangida. Let us, because when I saw it and what I spoke about him, what he did after the June 12th, people are going deeper into it. People are going deeper. Like, see what Agbakoba said. People are going deeper because, and Madam Rita said something. People are shocked. It's a shock because people are celebrating that man. That's the people that were fighting him. Now they are celebrating him. Now I want us to forget that man. Now let us think on how we are going to do it. Let us think. Let us go into our thinking room. Let us go into our research room. Let us go into other parts of where we can get some ideas, where we can throw out that can be the narratives to do this thing. Because anything you said out of anger or passion, it cannot happen in the scene where we have now. What we should be thinking now is the game they are playing. We should be ahead of the game. They are playing one card, which I mentioned here. If people are still thinking that the election is going to go straight, if they go with the way they are going, Obi definitely Obi is going to join another party. And I see Obi joining PDP back. I see Obi joining PDP. But I don't know the game is going to play. But we are going to take a risk. And the risk we are going to take, people might not like it, but we need to take a risk to get to where we are going. And that risk will be it's a big time risk. We need to take that risk. But I know Obi is going to jump camp to PDP. And if Obi join PDP, because I don't see Obi joining APC, if he join PDP, oh my God, the country will split to two, and the minority will determine who's going to be the election, because there's going to be rigging in the north. But in the south, it will be a massive voting for Agbado. My brother, let's go and think. I have sat down to think myself, but I've not finished thinking. But we need to think, because what I just said now, this is the game they are trying to play. They are trying to divert attention while they are planning ahead of us. You see Erufai coming out to say, I forced this man to, okay, to become a president, while Atiku is still calculating how you go to force Obi. So these are the things that I'm thinking. So, Majawash, God bless you. Majawash, you said need to go think. You need to go read our history well. Not be only us go to think. You need to go read our history. Make you give us some idea, because it's going to be all inclusive now. You need to be ahead of what they are doing, because they are planning.
All right. I will try. I will try my best. My brother, thank you very much. We are learning from each other here. Sometimes when you guys speak, I prefer to listen. Black Panther, thank you very much. Abdul Malik, sir, your final submission, 2 minutes.
Yeah, good evening once again, Mr. Elvis. You see, this Babangida issue, even as we are talking today, as at now, Babangida is in the wheelchair. I don't know what we are fighting for in life. And currently, that Niger state, right? Terrorists are terrorizing there every time. But now he cannot do anything. And you know how many souls he lost, right? Today, Babangida is in the wheelchair. What are we looking for in life? Tell me, what are we looking for? Why can't you make the life of the people better in the country when you are in government, when you are in regime then? But now you came out to confess. It's late. It's late. Go to where Abiola is and confess to Abiola and seek forgiveness for him. It's no way. It is late already. Today now, Europeans they are still angry with what Adolf Hitler did, because he set their population back. That is why you see they support Ukraine. They don't support Putin in this war. What are we looking for in life? Nigeria is a country where we support evil things. We need to change all those things. No, it's not helping anybody. This is what keep where we are today. We don't. How many years are we going to spend this? Yes, 100 years. You have gone, and you spend century there. You don't know where how is there. We need to change. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis.
Abdul Malik, thank you very much. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you all. We've come to the end of this broadcast. Yes, 4 hours. Another day of 4 hours. I'm not going to give any more monologue today, but I just want everybody to understand that we are not here fighting anybody. Rather, we are fighting how Nigeria can be better. And the only person that have genuinely presented himself for now that I can do it for you guys is Peter Obi. That's why you see a lot of people putting their eyes on him so that they can do the right thing. And some of us that is yes, of course, Sowore, yes, I know. Sowore is there. But I'm focusing on the person that I'm supporting right now. You know, in terms of Sowore, I don't want us to go there. Sowore is genuinely doing his work. He's very rugged and all that. He's the kind of leader that we want, that can drag these people left and right. You know, but for now, everybody know that I'm for Peter Obi. It's my duty to call him out. It's my duty to continue to support him. You know, I believe if we have to go through the pathway, if we have to do comparison, the person that can get the presidency between Sowore and Peter Obi, obviously, it will be Peter Obi. You and I know that. If we have to go through the pathway, you know, they say, okay, Peter Obi and Sowore should come out today. Which one Nigerians will embrace more? Obviously, Nigerians will follow Peter Obi more than Sowore. But that doesn't mean that Sowore doesn't have the capacity to become a president. You know, but at the moment, the area, the corner that Nigerians are dancing to, that's the most important thing. You know, if, for example, 2027, new person come out
and 80% of Nigerians follow that new person. Fortunately, Peter Obi go to talk, nobody go to hear his voice again. That's how it works. You can't change that. I just want everybody to know that we are fighting for our survival. We want a better country. That's what we all are doing, what we're doing today. You know, for me, I don't have anything to gain on this by doing this. I just want my country to be better. If my country is better, if I invest 1,000 naira, I guarantee I can make 10,000 naira out of it. But today, when you have a business, you spend so much on generator to run your business. You know, the profit, the fee, what you get back is not encouraging. That's why people like us are genuinely fighting how Nigeria can be better. I appreciate all my people. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, Madam Patricia, Madam Rita, Abdul Malik, Black Panther, Mr. Jonathan, Sir Louis, you came in earlier on. Thank you all. Everyone that called in as well, thank you so much, Madam Origin, my brother Hart, thank you, Mr. Simon, and many others that called in today. Thank you very much. God bless you all. And those of you that supported the channel today, thank you very much, Peggy Modi. Thank you, Michael Onemaro. I'm very, very grateful. My wonderful people right there on the comment section. Mother of all Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy. I appreciate you always for all that you do. And I love you so much. Thank you very much, Adelaja Ogumbi. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you always. Olabi Pesoyemi, thank you. Divine Cross, thank you. Grace Home and Properties. Thank you, my people. Stephen, thank you so much. And God bless you now. Thank you very much, Patience Demodia. Leonardo Anoze, thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Peggy Modi. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all right there. Shoops, I can see you right there as well. Kenny, hold on. Thank you very much for joining us today. And I'm Bright. Love God is my strength. Actually called in. Yes. Thank you very much, ma. I appreciate you and thank you for your time with us. I appreciate every one of you. Mark, Akosaya, I can see you in the building. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone, I wish I can mention all names all over again. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you all. Let's continue to stand for what is right. Sometimes we can make you happy. Sometimes we will not make you happy. Always know that we're human beings. We are not here to show our perfection. As far as I'm concerned, no human being have perfection. So always learn to manage us as a human being. My people, we've come to the end of the broadcast. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mike Akambari, Stella Masavedo. Thank you once again. I appreciate you all. We've come to the end of the broadcast. My people, press on the like, help us to share. For those of you coming across our channel for the first time, please endeavor to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell. In case what you are looking for, you are not sure, I'll tell you what the platform stands for. The platform stands for a better Nigeria. How Nigeria can be better, not to destroy Nigeria. So if this is what you're looking for, you're in the right place. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. But in case you are one of the people, satanic people, looking for how Nigeria can be destroyed and how you can cause more havoc in our country, this channel is not for you. We have some of them. Just pull fuel for your car, drive across social media, you will find some of these channels that accommodate you. My people, we've come to the end of the broadcast. I appreciate you all, my people. Now, yeah, now I go join the curtain. I'll see you guys, fingers crossed, tomorrow. Abi, yes, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Nigeria time. Good night and bye for now.
Ọba tí gbẹ́kún aládùúrà mo ti dé. Ọba tí gbẹ́kún aládùúrà mo ti dé o. Bọ́rọ̀ mi rò, gbèjà mi jà o, má jẹ́ gbàgbà tí àdúrà o. Bọ́rọ̀ mi rò, gbèjà mi jà o, má jẹ́ gbàgbà tí àdúrà o. Ọba tí gbẹ́kún aládùúrà mo ti dé. Ọba tí gbẹ́kún aládùúrà mo ti dé o. Bọ́rọ̀ mi rò, gbèjà mi jà o, má jẹ́ gbàgbà tí àdúrà o. Bọ́rọ̀ mi rò, gbèjà mi jà o, má jẹ́ gbàgbà tí àdúrà o.
É só o meu, ori ono ya me Jesu. É só o meu, é só o meu, ori ono ya me Jesu. É só o meu.